papa eno anadwo pene se me say that thing di na wabobọ nyuma kama ba ku bi se fe na ketesia the same nyu abrante na wabọ nyu be se fe na ketesia no so chale uche to say yes eto akom da se betra se a mebo sa ketesia no e dia man once again good morning welcome to movement in the morning na enkomo bebre e wo holmon enkomo bebre e wo holmon na o my Ghana no yes be edru no enipa bi pese what turn Ghana into a certain state bia will be enkabi. I'm talking about President Mahama. Maybe fa wada. I'm talking about President Mahama. I am saying that Jenny say number of votes now we no almost 60%, like 56, almost 57%. No, now Jenny say ya mortgage Ghana or my Ghana no e dia man say won fa e fa nye de jeopardie de wo pe eno ye enra hwe enema e course e wo pale e wo fence e wo court ye be di e ho enkobo na ensem bebre akoso ma mema aikitwe bi a ekoso bi sabo be kaya ebra ne ye Dr. Dominic Ayinde in vetting e wo parliament na NPP member of parliament for Swamin lawyer John Dako na wo busebusa Dr. Dominic Ayinde ensem bi na Ghana for yen seda ntiase because ni yen seda nimtini ntiase yi na wo say Dr. Dominic Ayinde legal practitioners were lawyer na wo lawyer ma company bi efe no Cassius Mining Company Limited no Australian company enna ebra John Mahama 1 ulusu power 2016 no said they were the man in Ibrahim Mahama after losing elections no somewhere December 2016 and what the Oman a friend is a lease prospecting lease what the man Cassius Mining for the say or more unconquered prospecting gold our talent see what baby I think around talent see what baby it's a monquaye Momo 2 years. A MPP buy no. A drew 2019 na 2 years drew ye no. Na Cassius Mining for air per renewal. And almost say I deal with the mamono illegal because I parliament a international a contract because my Australian company is parliament and sana presidency edit say asase. It's our parliament the illegal to say 2 years no mo wia mon kom baby ye fema mo bi. And no mo see you. Omoko ya na Dr. Dominic Ayinde LED omoko international arbitration. Omoko ka asem no amne London. Ena MPP advice dey bi ade we die aso yenya ne sa. Etomo ne ko back and forth sa Ebra Dominic Attorney General Godfrey Dame ebaye ya asem no arbitration was dey bi won ti ase ena o de ko high court. What they call high court no na okosiki high court injunction say ye be call arbitration ewa man nti asem no ho de asem be betu aka fa wo bia na say ka ne Ghana instead say be call amanoni indeed a high court no so a grantee injunction no that time no na Cassius Mining for pay $275 million muntie hu $275 million and na Cassius Mining for na obey Ghana for ebum rasu nte Ghana ban ebiama wo mo enti ka sa se say yetimi kan Ghana no Cassius Mining for no wo mo ani asem na chibi enti sombe kaya ora John Dako lawyer na wo busa Dominic Ayinde say na wa ba be lawyer wo be lawyer panyi ama o man Ghana no Cassius Mining for so tete mantua hanwa ka say omo na ban e wa asem ka omo na ban e wa asem ka Elunti no se Cassius Mining for asem na konko ho no eba why your lawyer o matua wo katwitwi die na ene oba be lawyer panyi ama ma Ghana no wo lawyer ati hifa ne beko no aka o da bi se mayi me ho afiri mu dada eti minim ho hwe me da bi mayi me ho afiri mu dada na private yi se mba be legal advisor to the government intino wo keka brofo kama me no kasa sisi and 15th April 2026 me nyane ntie ya me gidie say March num Cassius Mining for asa de asem na arbitration wo ko Kenya mu biem ama first na ko musiki $275 million no afei de almost say aban entomuka $905 million, almost $1 billion. Muteni you. Ebra MPP ho no na almost say aban ebetomuka $275 million. MPP efra aban mu no afei de obako Kenya assembly say die aban eso otuomuka $905 million. And I'm also reliably informed to say assembly by June this year no more cancel maybe. The question is Dr. Akurutinga Ayine. Dr. Akurutinga Ayine, Dominic. Say na Cassius mine and now you're more lawyer, no? Ya uba vet ye busa questions be brave hona uka say and nay asabra beto na so. Omodi ya contract arbitration biem. Saframu demanded $905 million. What happened to the High Court injunction now? A slap on them say, Omotifa 7 and call land the mean could not say, Bibia one, ye can oh my garden. What happened to it? Ibidi home and como, a queer queen, Ibidi and home como. It's ya no ever honmo. And Rasso Baba Mandu. I hosted because of Parliament. Now, me in Kanaka say, being a lawyer. But new video be over 2 minutes video be all ma that's where trust ya me boss na that's where partners say enra leader of the mighty minority Osahene Alexander kwam no afanyo market e jira ne naso e court circuit court 9 is that the most popular court in Ghana now circuit court 9 any identical court circuit court 9 identical court hodi yenkoma na ye say ya charge baba mandu ye court and na ye lawyers osahin na mosio ye ma branch any bill na say investigators ni hia na obeba and investigator na say oh me support ye me hia say me hia na me frɛ na amadaba judge ni say ubehia no was now is that who quiet there was me quiet forensics be forensics now quiet and take be how long was it be 6 weeks was okay now within 6 weeks no ubehia abrante no ana and was my lord me hia no nemu me hia na me to me safe na amanaba was obeto safe na amanaba there any man me man nkosim me na dem prosecutor no enka say wo pose to bail application no Minti bida mi who bida a situation whereby the prosecutor does not oppose a bail application, yet a judge decides to keep somebody in custody. Hey, Amagana women show ye. Now, assembly kwano aye, yes, so akofa LGBT, many LGBT colors. A colors ye nim ni viase dada rainbow colors, red, gold, green, yellow, nia dadia. Ya no one the wo viase LGBT but those are colors no viase, so they cannot appropriate those things, those colors to themselves. Yen ye TV I say yes so ye did this yes trade people no. Yen to me allow massa uncle for people who call themselves queer. They call themselves queer. We will not allow them to say more queer people no and fa colors and so modia. It will be say or more the colors and Ashenko for be the Sam George. Felix quite fusu. Like you said, I saw my idea with social media. Idea about social media several days after answer na your friend is saying, Baba man do as supposed to be ya do ya channel. To your son could them now to me. Hey, Nami. Now, President Mahama said there were a jam. Member the Mr. John me said them the Miss me dimming como. President Mahama, a true crata Eric, but was all and run at John Crata and made the mouth making kind of garden to Miss Row. Safatuso. I Miss Ropa, Safatuso. Nike Crata now, President Mahama. A true command and not at the Danko Kufata brand were president. 11th February 2022. And now, President Mahama, then opposition leader Mahama, a true Sacratano, is Eric. I don't know, so what I saw what ya, Unia, Bessa at the amount. Na Yashe, because a idea, me first these are when you the hypocrisy ya ewo ho no mo a sesi yetimu President Mahama Kachen and Nekufuado said Nekufuado and I may yet cheat and central for and I fed ye war criminalize speech. She said ye Wakasa or Maganama and Nekufuado say police for Encho near forward to prison. Sana President Mahama a catcher and Nekufuado. And then Baba Mando Susu Donald would demand aha and ye medasi papa medasi. Was a Mahama writes appeal letter to Akufuado on criminalization of speech in Ghana. February 11th, 2022. Dear President Nana Akufo-Addo, John Mahama writing, was I am appalled at the growing criminalization of speech and journalism in Ghana under your watch in this 21st century. An investigative journalist was murdered under very troubling circumstances. Yet, while the Ghanaian people and the international community have demanded justice, government's inability or unwillingness to act is obvious to all. The police have virtually shelved the investigations into this brutal murder. Interestingly and worryingly, as someone we are not President Mahama Eka or Chohon Krate, Aya Ameswali Ya Ukophobia would differ Kukuno. Was say, you should move by your busy basa you huni na at HSF Akufo-Addo and Yanadu Sas Revolution. Mahama Beye President, yes, President Mahama. Asemno watwatwe no man atade general kokko to say asem na hu hia biem because e hwa ye hu achi eti Ghana ni bia remfi yentu adwim asi aboduam asem na pascal aye busaforo mpa omunkosu eniye yentu aso pacho yakwa next yakwa next piece edemo na say you try to aba. Okay, was it there have also been several disturbing incidents of harassment of journalists in the line of duty. We have witnessed media establishments closed down on your instruction. We have witnessed media establishments closed down on your instructions, despite many appeals to you. And President Mahama, then opposition leader Kachen Nana Akufo-Addo, the sitting president, they say radio stations, Ghana TV stations, Yatu Muninano, Nana Akufo-Addo, and a man express orders here too. And then we are also saying it here live today, 15th April. Our movement TV is say. Won't we read 5.9? Won't we Kumasi? Won't we take what they are to and yeah, a friend is saying, Sam George, I am President Mahama, and now one express order say, young too because you criticize him. The letter to me. What's it now? In the space of less than 2 weeks, 4 people have suffered police action, criminalizing their right to free speech. Goodness. And their calls to Baba Amando, and your police action. Are you not criminalizing his free speech? Was it as Attorney General at the time who led the repeal of the criminal libel law in order that citizens could freely express their views? It is unconscionable to be suppressing the rights and criminalizing the speech of citizens and journalists. It is even more worrying when the power of the state is used as a pliant tool in this intimidating endeavor. This is John Dramani Mahama writing to President Akufo-Addo in 2022. Sir, Yankwe. Next page in Shadi. Was the radio and TV presenter Captain Smart was dragged from court, and although he had been granted memento to Aswa, was it now as if to suggest insincerity behind the serious decriminalization of speech that you led. Another radio presenter, Bobie Ansa, has been arrested, detained, and charged, criminalized for speaking and making allegations against your wife. Many of Bobie Ansa can still be making allegations be against then First Lady of the Republic, Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo. Emma or logic police complaint. Emma Yechino. Mahama so one tea be that. Nese will be trouble be say ya. And now be can be say for one. Adia beya ne say ubetimasi nipa krono ubetimasi nipa krono and you should state apparatus and you should state security say yankwache no. What is happening now? Is it the hypocrisy and the dishonesty on the part of the president? You have to ask your speech. Your speech I mentioned was say again last week. security personnel linked to your party brutalized a radio presenter and producer in the city of Takoradi. Such lawless attacks have today become common occurrences in our country. President Akufo-Addo, you cannot continue to oppress Mutio. President Akufo-Addo, you cannot continue to oppress the people. Criminalize speech when these matters are essentially civil in nature if you feel offended by them. And to say Baba Mando up at the pictures at Twabontain, let's say a gay colors, I must have Tiasia, and then Namunsi Womu. This is clearly a civil matter, not a criminal matter. But because this is a tyrant government, you know, and now we say, to me, I stretch it. The definition of a civil matter, no, a criminal matter, to a stretch it, we and was say, a cause of fear and panic. A cause of fear and panic, we him. Or say, when these matters are essentially civil in nature, if you feel offended by them, it is even more. But medasi. It's where a crata John Dramani Mahama at Sokoma and Akufo-Addo 2022. Someone who said President Mahama Ojiri, he has all the characteristics of a tyrant. He has all the characteristics of a con man. But I think when you saw a Bruce Obedi Swan watching home shared his responsibility. San what here? He always check his responsibility. My boy video be at OCCA. President Mahama then candidate. One of my one take catch a Ghana for nurse for say. Agenda 111 hospitals no oba completed na. They said they be oba nursing students in automatic recruitment. And the health minister Akando no akogina ho ana wo hwa Akando pana say the wo si ekasa chechre ne ho wo hwe no pa wunhu no wo jaba wo hwe boba wunhu no chechre ne ho. Say, you may not like it all, but that's the reality. Ghana, I buy this guy with that. No, say devil. We have a government to run. Are you running a government? Are you running a country? Me patrol. Me send a video bi. Share the bomami. Me chono Akando. Bacho me cho Akando. Bosa Akando di mami. Why? Se edemua bosa Akando di no e mami. Na me. Fine, what the boy money.
You cannot commission a project without hospital like. You see, completing the project is one thing, and paying for the project to become the property of the state is another thing. Hospital is not just the brick and mortar. You cannot commission a project without hospital equipment being installed. And you can see the installation of the equipment is less than 10%. You saw it for yourself.
Ebushafo Ahanta West Municipal Hospital meche Bokro Agenda 111 yenyina yehu ne current state situation o enwude onye ade papa kra onye kra weje esi wo de jema hospital na wesi no onsei na yi no emi bisa de NPP na wo wa abanim no nti one mistake a wo ye won from do wo ye paanye de wo be si hospital na si wo wo be project na si wo de abanfo fo nso ba Omatriado, only one mistake wo ye, another politicians none what the anadwen what the agor. Ima yenyam puntu biara. The man Ghana impo Ahanta West because so be as you
without hospital equipment being installed. And you can see the installation of the equipment is less than 10%. You saw it for yourself.
Ebushafo Ahanta West Municipal Hospital meche Bokro Agenda 111 yenyina yehu ne current state situation o enwude onye ade papa kra onye kra weje esi wo de jema hospital na wesi no onsei na yi no emi bisa de NPP na wo wa abanim no nti one mistake a wo ye one from do wo ye paanye de wo be si hospital na si wo wo be project na si wo de abanfo fo nso ba omatuado ono ne one mistake wo ye another.
Okay, it's Eric na wo wa Eric Pato Medasi, your family says so. Over once a Masadi Bakubi Mao, Messi Mahama nurses recruitment, the Patriano, show your mammy. Now President Mahama to care before the open top. and now what to kunum and what catch or just one relax say hey me bad ya ezo maba mefa wo bia mefa nursing training teacher for a friend say recruit mefa wo bia they has wo we school as wo boa and then wo health minister akoka che Ghana for press interaction or year I think it's a Monday he can say hunu basa he can say hunu che Ghana for Africa they say primary health care and I'm say Ghana for akabusa NDC for say mo social intervention policy be na mo motimi ade aba wo wiase no omuni bi omo de afemo say primary health care no match was a social intervention policy goodness social intervention mo na mo be say social intervention national health insurance ho no mo say e wo mu dada e ba cho say ye no so ye ready a ni edem yanko
we are going to come and restore automatic posting so that when you come out of school you can get a job as quickly as possible.
It's a physical space. Because look, the truth of the matter is that we can only employ what we can pay. It's not as though we don't have the vacancies, but we have a country to govern at the end of the day. So if I go and sit in cabinet and I say, oh, I need free primary health care, then they give me. I want to recruit health professor, then they will give me. I need Mahama care, then they will give you. Regional hospitals, they will give you. Why? Am I the only ministry? No. So at some point in time, we have a country to govern, and that is a reality. You may not be happy with it, but I'm sorry.
But what is it, mommy?
Things better for you. We're going to come and restore automatic posting so that when you come out of school, you can get a job as quickly as possible.
It's a physical space. Because look, the truth of the matter is that we can only employ what we can pay. It's not as though we don't have the vacancies, but we have a country to govern at the end of the day. So if I go and sit in cabinet and I say, oh, I need free primary health care, then they give me. I want to recruit health professor, then they will give me. I need Mahama care, then they will give you. Regional hospitals, they will give you. Why? Am I the only ministry? No. So at some point in time, we have a country to govern, and that is a reality. You may not be happy with it, but I'm sorry.
All right, medasi pa Eric say what video amame. Come on. That's be enter na yini enkomo no. Some who President Mahama na that pa na dey die no. Ye catch am say NDC for asem mbeke bia ma munyini because omo kasa wie asem mo said the na pressure about master tiadwe ho tiewu omo be kasa wie na braba omo be kasa mana ye wode awasum de amado akoma mom and don't even forget say President Mahama ewo voice wo hanuma ya ba o ka che say politicians dey say no tie no President Mahama ne de wonim no kura no so wonka and try no the firm have to try no the firm said the be ya Ghana ni akoma bedan abale ho san on the video your boy san akire the health minister say the truth of the matter is that wouldn't me employ nipa no abra munye ready munisika na say the Ghana nisika meanwhile just a year ago na President Mahama and the video na me boy no e catch Ghana for nursing students say automatic adjust automatic recruitment na eba it will be a school na bam and then nurse for na me oba ko bi so ho ya nurse for no na ya na the recount at times you may disagree with him but at times you asa with the agreement o se ya fanya wo mo who should say nurse to this video bi am say be bomma we see a omunya omobo ba wo so ni pente ye be fa ni sa Yampala wa muntwala wanum yempentoma Dr. Baumia yepe Mahama yepese ye school na ye adwuma enemone enatium say enemone I can't say you may not like it or you may like it that's the sad truth won't tell say for because simple sano I can't do catch them maybe ababedu no all right abusafo once again eba mo nyina akwa babi aha movement television so from Gordon Asare-Bediako metremu ama kwakudawru was special assignment bo baby a eso kudi ho dwumente ne me dash be je dwamna ono nso kwa no ye said ho mfa ne sa dash be say
nyame atumi nti atumi asora be du he de na de aseda be
monja kekaduro monyi jinja monja kekaduro no mu so hie mu pesu enu no dodo
da wuro kekaduro na wo de ba wasafa na de ko
they said no we da kekaduro say this is cosmetic kekaduro because yes sa
mom
akeka do papa mu hala ta mo ma adongo to bi benda on chama mo na mo say yes ai
easy
na wi aboko de
awrade tumi nti bia ye
de miase
e be da twere aponyankopon ate say enenso ama ya afrati asufo mu
yes
na yetumi nso aba betra ye ne ebusunyafo ebedwindwin o man Ghana ho ti ye de nyamiase da funi etifu nyina so afitia obia
na mamentia ya mame hawa kumsel
oh no
mamentia
ye jumayo
yes
ya bia ye dia no ko ho ye nko
ai
unu so enye
ya fa wa afepo ro ran boy so bo
anyakura da bia ye dia no ko ho ye nko
trafa kwa juma ni ti no eti be se wode o hol ma me fe na ibe cha na
because ye juma ye
any friends of Madam Hawa Kumsin, Madam Hawa Kumsin, and I'm minimum community, Bia, Edna, kama. Yamin Shamu,
the women organize and dandy.
Okay, and then I'm back on Auntie Mary of Testanos, who didn't birthday, a Jordano, and a man tinning them, and then no. Time belated birthday to belated happy birthday to Mammy Auntie Mary of Tessano.
Tessano Bruno back on so manage you. It's a here for a person now. Westland. Now, and I'll Tulaku. Umpetulaku. Now, do you cry what you thought was a crumble? The 2 bounds way. Hey, you got the second way. Put them all. You. That's right. And then they walk from okay, Honorable Elizabeth Ajiman, People's Mother. Yes. Former Deputy Asante Regional Minister. Yes. And also MP. No, MP for Ufurikum. Was men can tell, say. Watch you. Now you could have one. Oh, People's Mother that day. Was men can tell. Or throw a yafa. Oh, and now over complain. And now we're fear of Fleming. Was my uncle a bonny pa Auntie Elizabeth Ajman. Auntie Elizabeth Ajman. Oh, my Elizabeth. Me patch me pon ya me friend. And because I am a bonny. What friend? And I know me cook my say me call radio station back on. Fred said, despite more than look myself. Hello. Sounds quite yammy. I saw those all would dig you. Sounds a little group of more fantastic people. It's the Wakasa or Holman, the post mother, a Frey. And also, baby, if you want to cook my man, not bread. To post mother, so fat me. Comprehend, charge, no. If I make we are before. Some campaign, and one more you promoters near you know. Council of Elders of the middle belt, one Kunana, a dome. Oh yes, for my manager director well. Oh yeah. Tinina. Oh you can renew. Oh you can minimum where Manchester United young queen. All right. And some baby in the waka. Yeah, for free letter President Joma Machokoma Nanado Danko Kufuado. Sabra no your opposition leader no. Areho pa say Okase fufu no akti tuntum sana president mama tie na sakrata no mienu na me faaye say nana do dan kwakufu ado amia toto media houses bi mu say etia o ma wi mra enye so yesa and okasa wi ye na wo babo aban mu no wonso wabetutu bi mu entina wo no o tisani okay, back, I give back me who say reckless. Sir, security person affiliated to his party or so. And you party, say, party away. You were security phobia, we are affiliated to NDC. Yes. Oh, and some are reckless. Obia, what's our position? And that's a few number. Every kwara for ye no mo anumra na mo kwarate so enso se kanisa but wo your mahama if you anum ba you reckless statement enso so umeki say security for no be affiliated to one particular party yes and yet that's your mahama for you your mahama and yet panimun kasasa san what say na me say we Asare Christopher Sofo, we young Cremofo Sofo, to Abama, your Mahama. As I say, we have 40 days. Dry fasting.
One survival.
That's what I want to try.
I said, independence, I want to know.
I want to try. So you are suffer. So we are suffer. And now we are cremoni suffer. Now to Abama John Mahama. You have 40 days dry fasting. Now, bomb pile saying, I'm so far born in Joe. Because what did Yamimo? Why you ran Yamima? Why did Yamima astray? I don't know if Queen ancestor would do a first one. Because I saw for the Momo when you are Nibi, and the same coming to who say, your Mahama Yenny pass, I say, Trabaman, some president, our Ghana, you considering the Obey caretaker president, any president, or yet or Ghana. And it's a moment to meet the a year campaign, and Manoa, Munyan Yamia Sofu, Mede de Biamaka Yami Sofu, who are the papa. Namu Yesia Namu Yiren Yamima, and yet Modi Yamima ko say Mudu.
That's where Enra Menederu court. You can support you near Baba Man court.
Oh, a court of no return.
Court of no return. Second court 9. Now that we have 2 courts of no return. Second court 9 and second court. What they call the
do call it. Can you Rollins Tribunal no divine?
Kangaroo court. Anyway, it's no Eric Pacho, my Sunday video be mount. Honorable Osahina Afejo Markin and I know workers after court no me pacho bomame ubo wia na wo dey dey na to aso baba amado so e kasa kito about 25 seconds
na won ko taka mu no
won dey ko taka na
powerful
pa na dey so awu mama me wife pacho anti bo e dey ni mame Osahina
as professional as they were in court today. Said they were not opposed to bail. The judge now pushed the prosecutor whether he will leave the accused. The prosecutor indicated that as and when they would need the accused, they would invite him. The judge then later asked the prosecutor, the investigation you want to do, the forensic investigation, how long would it take you? The prosecutor indicated maybe 2 weeks. Then a presiding judge who is supposed to be a judge in a court of justice now says that if bail is granted, the accused person would interfere in investigation. This is the country we find ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I am again appealing to my Lord Bafuponi, our respected head of the judiciary, to watch some of these practices. It is sad, a year ago, the Air Force of Ghana, a year ago, the judge who comes into a court with his mind already prejudiced, he's made up his mind, and even when there is no application for detention, he says that for him the accused would interfere. The man has been reporting to the police. When the police needed him, he was there, and the police themselves attested to that. The police did not ask him to detain him, to remand him. They didn't say they need him. We all know that whenever the prosecution feels that there will be interference or there will be the need for the accused to be remanded, the prosecution will say so. The records are there. We would apply for it, and the people of Ghana will know. But today is a sad day for our republic that the judiciary is acting in such a manner. I'm very sad. I've lost every respect I have for the judge for what he's just done. He's turned the law upside down and he's now saying that, go on an appeal. That's okay. We heard it.
It's a buffet stronger than appetite.
All right, honorable after your market and a casa. The fact of I didn't know to some Baba Mandu about 25 seconds. Baba Mandu or more than echo. That's a part and a Baba Mandu.
History of justice has happened. Remember, Ghana, you read about J.B. Dankwa. J.B. Dankwa gave his life for this country. I am not better than him. President Mahama will pay someday. God is greater than him. Travesty of justice has happened.
It's a buffet. Appetite. It's a buffet stronger than appetite.
All right, so Baba Mandu there. Baba Mandu incoming communications officer. Or no, I don't know. That's a bit. Who said yeah? Was signing up for your market. Ekasa made the material now. Post court here is be. Yana Tembiano. He panders towards the court. Say one person. Obekasa Mako Ebu court Nenemutia. Enra. Neneniabre. In fact, lawyer Naneji Bafuga, member of Parliament for Mensia South. One put would be free.
Because I didn't know.
There was so what one send who swat.
Obekan's
was what Bekan would be any for a Koseka, a quail di issue in Kofi. Yanko.
Well, no.
Okay, no problem.
If we are so, Unyami Bo Nipano and Obatimu at Timwafo. Kind judges. It is that for now, not him for crying Yamayano, not judges in the Duomoso. It's in Yamidi, a Jumakasi and the said judges. So I'm no quaffo. No more fat and tin in your Juma. And it's how you judge ya. As always, so sing a mere name was as we so. And to the way piano, and set woman was a child say, Send Uncle Pona, oh yes, I did not. Decision I will take this, I will be taking. Yes. Yes. With your judge. Decision I will be taking. As you played before, you say, I did be a Melanasa, same be a mechano, a same business a bay years to fair. And to your judge, would decision be able to take it? And the Saudi crowd in Jim say, Send Uncle Pon the Timakumuna or Gratania, and say no Buako.
All representing Uncle Poe representing Amiwas as seriously. And I do my day. I do my day, not to Judge Juma. Now, Obakai. Pandai constituency. Yes. Honorable Matthew Nidam. Yes. Yakotuaba. And this near or say some polling stations be Kakrebi a nema and Koyi or no Susu say a Honoma in Bukata into the Abba court. So court way. Some polling station Kakrebi, Miss Remo, Momo and Manumunian Kotofofro. Kakrebi no de call court to. Then judge need to akonyamu say me na me judge enti se kitu abi kra na person yetu a me de me tu aba me ko tunu constituency woni na atogu because you say wona ye ditumi amani nti oye de ope na was me twam mo nko tu aba no foforo se wo mani amra fa nko high court appeals court wa na je say wa ye bukata no akofa basa ya ba to constituency ho yes na emunyo Ebina and honorable African Martin say the Nipa and Bedira on judge. Say as soon as I have bonnet. Na Yachine the Naba. You go see a Fenisimu. No, my lawyer for say court, Miss Remo. Nipa now, you do not ban, Mamma bail. Now, baby, I process for Indiana, not a court in Yano, Medinaba. I process for them in the bar, no, I can't say. Yet any problem. Tell me you hear me a doctor and Sabacano. Oh, judge, Uniano. Sabacasa, Tinchina. Muda Musse. Muhiana, my friend of a background, media may say, oh, wow, of my investigation in Queen. The young Motai and say, prosecutors and takas and answer investigators and takas say, oh, would tell me begging and be a friend now. But name judge Miss Man, bill conditions are, won't me. Sadia Motai. Good. na judge the shares have bill no bill conditions be ma bill now call baby where the one can say we pose bill application
we see no na we bisa na mo be wie say mo be here 2 weeks but adan
na me ka money hunu bi bonya money hunu experience na me ne media ba ko na kwabna idodo na friend MP kwabna ye fe MP e wo some magazine se wutie na kwabna me ma wache be ba wo bia na acha asem we more than 20 years you call ya down for bi ho nkora gitigiti so one ne antenna ti o se din ba se no si dwana numu na so mo afio se no house help o se ni enim e de ye call it ye call na ye kwata mo living room e de ye hwe TV ni ye di enkomo ni ade afi next go ho se ni antenna wo ba afi ya no aba o se na me ayi me ante e ba samo de mo fere it say mo me kwa ase and as well ya me see ya beka ya da fu see ya fere me say no wa so ya nzawo
o twimo
wa say ya fere if for am say me Asare-Bediako
me see have you
me if for me hu ni bi me ka say me fere
o say
me so na e banti no mo de mo fere nti no mo me enko se garage na me see ya fere o ye pesi e hulu
kra na ya
o se na mo fere tena kwabna ya manyi hu ye no ebi ni enti prosecutors investigator no
tell me am here no be am friend
tell me here no be so be friend
what you think say me remind
me dem kondo so be dem enti me dey satisfy me ma kondo sa ye nkoi
asem a baba amando kan ye no emu odu papa taja mahama omfa nkoma no Jubilee House no montie asem a boy no kan ye no emu odu papa se Jamama, ye wo ye ni no say wo bre nso beso e bre wo mpanimfo se ni nka so ye hu na man mpanimfo me se Rollins na nam so anente o ye president no way woko Jamama Rollins na nam no so ani ntie na o ye president no way okwati na fie nam di natem mudi natem a ma fe no no to an osu onu pa wo di mo ja beti party na ba mu bi no oni ho Kwame Nkrumah wana si Ghana nyina na ye ni dia se wo no ba ti fie kura na okasa wo ba ti mi ko report mi e be chiwo no endo Kwame Nkrumah no wai Africa ha ye huna man panimfo ewiase Adolf Lamo Idi Amin mo Gaddafi mo hwan no Saddam Hussein omo wo hilfa enti se wonya tumi e wo nipa so a wo kura wo tumi no nya wo mpo na wo twi okoji yo Ghana fo na kwato aba ma wo na se Ghana for kwato aba ma wie nya di tumi ni ma wa na tumi na wanya no na wo sare suppress Ghana for a e ya wudi sem e ya bonfo sam kese e na Joma Hama wudi ni Ghana ha no na wo bre be so a wo benu ho se nka wunya ya ka de wo ye ni ne no nka wanye but na ye too late e di de wo ye bia fa kwa dwindwini mu se anka wo ni hwan a na wo ti Jubilee House wonu yiri lodi na no ma ena obusuafo nko anka ntimi tena Jubilee House ho e Ghana fo ena bi tumi na ma ho enti ma wadwi mu ndo ye badwe ma e wo tumi na e dia ma wo no ho emfa ntiatie nipa na o mde tumi na ma wo no so fa ahodie so amwa wo na wiase we no ye be ye biako wo ye die ni a obegya ho na no na ye bompa ye se anka wo fra konwa so no nyame ma wo ntra sase so nche na wo no se de sibu man
you see program bi wo hono ma yes a friend no Mahama case
wo mo de se din tutu ba sa ko na wo mo yade
yes
primary health care
dabi ye no nko
primary health care no wo mo se wo de ba be boa ayi wo mo se ye social intervention
na sa Mahama case no mo se ye special yare bi ebe boni pa bi ne ye de no akɔhwɛ wo mo asedai na ska no mo tete no Ghana Beltry ska bi ato ho ama wo mo ɛna o mate national health insurance ska bi so di asoso ɛna o magi se GMP ska bi ɛne kitikiti bi di asoso so ɛna mame hwɛ ni dina nkasa no Mahama case no ka bese me nya ni actual name no enti I think say wo hefa mo fa chebe
asase na yesi Obama se no obi sa ho
Obama care as the
enti eno no osua no
eti we ye Ghana Medical Trust Fund. Ghana Medical Trust Fund.
And I am
Mahama case. Now you see?
When you say, no, Ufraku Yansu, I may be a Dibaboni Cano. Into a Pebidia tour. President Ben, the ABB didn't do so. I say, Enra, the Rukas say, Kufo Bass, Kufo the Dianto, Kufo Alpha Parliament, Kufo Alpha Banco announcement. But Ghana following was a bass and not for their ban, a Dutra will be who my Ghana Muda, Entino, as said the Fata say, the two president Kufo and Kufo defend, Kufo Bass. Zambia. Zambia, the no more president, the fellow, Kenneth Kaunda. Madame, me fed the cow, Kaunda. But there will be a no mixture. And I'm a casa branch, you cool school, no, senior. Not the broth for your now to banana, a come cat. Read that year, your friend me. Hey, Gordon, you are still working here. Come and collect your weed. But you want to? Come and collect your weed. Cow, the baby will be a fantastic person. And now, Kenneth Kaunda. Yeah, and I'm saying now we're tyrant. We're autocratic leader. The national team what they told KK11. KK11. So KK11.
KK11 no, Kenneth Kaunda 11. Kenneth Kaunda was the president.
It was a national team.
It was a financial team. You as home. You really na your fair president be so or no another tyrant. Be a near fair no Mobutu Sese Seko of Zaire. Now dear Congo DRC, right? Enti ono so na yi na self de na tade be obese bia no na leopard ni twi yeden
jata was so
there be leopard ni jata de
sibo
sa
leopard ni sibo
o me show because
lion and
jata lion
and leopard ni sibo
sa na tiger
and so am power
someone that big cat mo go be confused leopard but your leopard tree them say mo ye
tiger and power lion tiger na leopard
the leopard ho maybe I'm big cat no dog pa
say leopard no ho ye dot
no na the police boss board enti
only sebo no ono na dot si
sa Mobutu Sese Seko na chef de opepa leopard
say so be many years
yes it was atade a leopard design was said the cha na leopard wo yes ama afedie omo national team national team of Zaire you form the leopards until ono be president no na national team and fan leopards but by a president now or president di kano as a tyrant autocratic leader was say after the national team defend the leopards so the leopards Mobutu Sese Seko KK11 first Kenneth Kaunda Mahama case Mahama adia mu wo mu similarities na ne tyrannical tendencies e wo mu adan Adebasem, and then education minister say, or better edipa say 20,000 as I say. Want me amfa adanya, and now we say when you running mate to any of the obedient at a forcing a hano, it at a force to send one man edipa sa or about 7,000. Eric Pacho, must send it me. And I may fire no mawana, no media amount. I think say and run at a honomo. Shamami, who say. Yes, Ubo say Haruna Juice with the Ewo Honomo. Mahama, no, Mahama Nessus recruitment, no. Ewo Enra Medima, Metro Haruna Juice, Mamma and South man. This one, this. My Haruna Juice, you're not enemy. Oh, them.
Employing and recruiting up to 50,000 teachers across the country. But owing to budgetary constraints, we are unable to do that. The Ministry of Education received clearance from the Ministry of Finance to recruit up to 7,000 teachers. It is also
What's the government for the 50,000?
Count them more 20% of
that. So 7,000. And yet, now, share maybe can't DB. Why you should never trust President Mahama and his family?
To say the only that I got to say.
Yeah, I said, make first me can't or force me boy. Say, President Mahama will lose election. 2016, they not a BC. Say Ghana, president, yeah, or the second term, and lose by almost 1 million votes. It's not, we were ferrying, and of what today fee. And then the bush ya for a true story, a time sika, and the command daily graphic for say, among publishers say, President Mahama. What your politics be uncontested 2020 elections? I said, me can't comfortable and there be evidence in Bacho. Master Eric Bacho, me send the daily graphic, had a yibi mouth, fatu so mame. And ye,
Mahama won't run in 2020. Family.
Pacho date, day 16.
Tuesday, January 10th, 2017.
Okay. One of them.
Let us say, Mr. Ibrahim Mahama.
Okay.
Let us say, two Nadias, Yade, Nanakufa to see a Kunyaswa. Ena, Omakasa.
It didn't go for the second 7th January. 3 days later, now what does Susu? What a fellow Jane. What was said that was from the Shannon of contest with us was Elusua. It's Ibrahim Mahama picture and that daily graphic front page of Tuesday, January 10th, 2017. Sir President Mahama won't contest you. Daily graphic front page. Obiara for so abusunyane say mo match say family ana mo trace camera daily graphic mo to animu edit picture no to animu kama na ka anya sa 3 days after the swearing in of a new president 3 days after the swearing of a new president I can say the pictures now then can run as a share Ibrahim Mahama picture about yes because
mo trace ka kese pa
I am telling you yes but a year 2020 but so we tell you first me that 2020 President Mahama or contest and now
contest Ghana for
oh you man win
or contest here
et ebuso with majomedi
kai oya dey okoje ebuso ready and this muna
stronger than appetite
family na say one contest e ye dey biem le buy 2020 buy dia
or contest here
can you try such a family? And 2020 he lost, and he came again 2024. How can you try such a family led by President Mahama? How?
I reho. But maybe
it's a good man, stronger than appetite.
Say once upon a time, in your bushia bia, say na no me yomanima. Na di no do mani muni di konyo. Say, onye President Mahama die. Mia, me raho.
Hey, you say now, you say Krucha Mansa. Leopard.
Na Krucha Mansa, you need deep and running in Krucha Mansa until the deep and in the
now was William Adenimrani, Baunudino.
Nidin or Siboni Krucha Mansa.
Sabodi Krucha Mansa, sir. Mabusa for your trouble. Leopard, and you say leopard, leopard, the tree, you say. Yes, Ramo Palmodel is Ramo
leopard.
Come to a
tiger
as usually.
There was tiger. There was lion. Lion the jata.
Lion that was one and it is one of them.
You want to bull no cuckoo so baby.
It's one the lion
king and the only will be a check. The leopard name. Tiger no Nakoyaso.
Leopard ne tiger. It is a in the meantime no. You share leopard. Leopard the tree you say.
Because also the Bible can the leopard change his skin or something. And you are say, possible. Obetimi as a sign once in Sayano. And see leopard may no.
And I say, okay, my main share, na me fa leopard into so. Ebiana bophobia akumbida. Say anyone who say when you cast a friend leopard no. You know, when I mention leopard picture, keep to na me fa into so. It is a for sana education.
Crop ya kwabena santi. You go di saba ekra yanti wonka. Crop ya kwabena santi tago.
Na obeya lawyer dey say no obedi edi ko papa crop ye yi.
Crop ya kwabena santi.
Master if I made the picture of a leopard, made the amount. Tiana de atoso so obi ehu asa abo we ya yesi ni twi eyedey obi di e de abase coach amasa that's a bad dispute but me
say the coach amasa ne mra ne
coach amasa
ya bo ne mra ne
na woni mra ne no but wonim edi no
asa sebo edi no so me giran kantan so to coach amasa tuo ama ebi apai agu kwabra futirim ya nyima ye nti yem se sebo no bo no tuo no ya yiro
ya da hwe wasa aka sebo
anyway,
that's what you ubo we look akebe mama na.
Pepes no.
That back no.
We know. And my mom na the equation now. I would Mahama so at the interesting story headline by.
Beba to was it's any leopard in the Eric with us pa leopard when you win. Leopard and wolf. That be a mechanic for the maple. May that be a day, Sebana say we will be the main do fever armies. No, me femma. It's but a leopard in the Yesemo, leopard ni tree din and then a waka Mumway. Oh, why, yes, sir, ma, Yadamasepa. It will make your official. Now, I would the story be by another day.
Crow and cry, Bono, Nachino, and also sending the job. Probably as they could say, Osebo is tiger. A tree is leopard. Meaning said or that's in your friendly tree. It's really a tree. Sana crop yaka. And I suspect so will cut a tree from maybe at the angle of Achem. Also, when a tree nana. It's me suspected to whom be many have been so, my friend Isaac. You know, double heart media. Was say a tree. The Mahunu said, "China, you know, Sao, crop, I see a tree. Okay, Isaac can see a tree. Elder Ajiman Bodi, as the church Bantama, or also say, leopard is a tree. Leopard is a tree, yes, not as any. Well, many of the was a boy a leopard and a jata a lion, and now the Bakumus was a panther. Panther, one also was a panther. Quagitia, one your friend of panther, but was often used for smaller wild cats. But leopard needed still no, was a ball or see a tree. Okay. Just as a Santi, and also say, leopard tree.
Why he comes to power? We want
the tree on a special car. If I didn't have a tree, you didn't.
A basic tree, you didn't. Okay. A tree, what is a tree name for? Okay, but I share a year or so. Okay, me bahan. What is the tree name for leopard? AI, the one they mammy. AI na.
I'm going to just go port. I can find some.
AI no more using the or book a leopard in tree is most commonly called osebo or a tree. Another frequently used term is Crochia mansa. These terms are often used interchangeably to refer to the leopard in the so far there was a bonny tree and a yajafa.
I can confidently and authoritatively say it's tree.
It can't be tree. Tree yamra yi do no what tree no just aboa no na etwie
na okochi no
na ha yamra ne o mens the way now we can confident
sameku e wotakwa wasi leopard etwie or osebo
okay
tiger osebo or creature mansa na no say confident
let's was aka osebo na
but the leopard etwie na sibo tiger sibo na creature mansa
but I think said now there's a general you say the Padona Judicial tiger it to the
leopard no
sorry leopard no
yes education no correct
okay my
yedamasipa
yankwe what say you sorry Ben
Audu Mahama, the custodian newspaper by. Now, Nibana Hela was the NDC government in cover-up arrests to divert attention from LGBTQ plus pressure over in 24-hour economy failures. Audu Mahama, why are you pa? Today, I want to see Bronya, Baba Mando, woman with a pressure and a bomb. Our LGBT, okay, it's the day about man LGBT. It's this is that what LGBT has never come far when they day. You come back to LGBT. They haven't achieved anything. LGBT, they wouldn't fancy you. Yeah, bear, yeah, what you man. All right. I was from me and Nija. kakra yewi ani atoa so garlic mixture drupa eboa sa ya wa bebre na nipa ye hunu woni hunu ni ntem no de eboa wo papa wodi aduane di anu so utunya ahoden na nei aye bebre wa hwi a wakọ akoto ba ko bi a obanuma bragu kwa emfaso bi ama so ntia no fa ye kanfo victory garlic mixture ma eno so wonsa na yo taye tititi edura nyimira wontumi na ya no anisu ye wisi uhuna de num te se de shadow bi wo ho anasa oba wonsabu na nkasa ne ensisi so a obehia victory garlic mixture tieni ye misi victory garlic mixture nya garlic mixture bi akeke enti wo pe bi ata wo kwa ma victory no momo eniwa adwene mu dem na wo kwa watumi aka na wonsa aka papa no be bi atuntun andro bi wo kwa obenya bi ato ho so wo pe bi atu na wo kumase a wo de community heba kolinake ba na PFA pharmacy wo akra de a wo coordinated heba ana repash ventures or tanshi dragging na obenya bi wo number e 0242 545 633 natural ventures at the Congo ointment yaba edrowe eyemiate na ebo adwuma pa skin rashes egua ya fa business lemu wo obi so a wudware a nso kan ho na ho a start ye ohene a obehia bi ese odi stress le bebo awo kakawure ni eyam etatoto matiri ho enom ho na ma fe business le mebeko nantema property ya ma me ne enuan makuafo yi enso be start atoto uko afuom ba owro o madoma wunu a ana Wellington boot na tunse na nantem na ye star bi obehia sa Congo ointment no ebi empompota abobo ana oban subani bi gu ana bema ojunso no asesa ojunso awti ya obema mu a munyina obehia Congo ointment ni bi ba bi atuntu adobi akwa bisa obenye bi ewo ho no mo pe bi atu afre 0249 017 101 ana 0204 616161 na wajewo die Edu Herbal Hospital Dr. Mohammed Edu NNBFD ilu ebeka ho asem na Dr. Edu die jai o boy juma papa o hwe be bia wanyina dui na o hwe ema wo no bugu atuwa to say yes ninro na woton no ahodin wom SMB test na nya agro wo the hospital yaba sa hospital say yara huro nyina bi na de juma akotempa ye enemu yare STD anase stroke ene womtene tekra omo e oba fikrom mankasim central region eno ma bebia bi nso wakra odoko official town class Ebenezer preparatory school nche ho no ma to so de yare no bawa bomodin a obeduru ho ne hia onya beduru ho nko ade nya metumi nti besai edi enigye abefie enuro no pebia to abebia tuntun adobi akwa obenye bi SMB test strong mind test no ebi se friend se menhia ebi se smart man ene ne keka ho ni nyina na obetumi ayusu opese bi sa o mo se bebele fa ho a 0243 989368 and 0558 379 645 Table Tech Garages uyisuka na se car no say ya problem bia abaka no bia no masifa komo mo be yama ukonya accident kura na se car no tumi sisa edi good trouble so ana abobo yamu ana wudi nya towing kabi esese gusu di koma wo nko ade nyakoduru ho a obesai edi car no sini dade mo de anu no obeye ho adwuma ma car no kwasa kwam na wontumi fa nko na ohia towing a ofro mama betu akoyama wo towing fi ni nyoka ana se bi adwuma nti wontumi nko na afro mama da ba fa fi wo adwuma ana ufie no makwa akoyama wo na omde abro enti hwomachira kwai ewo awoshi water banyard traffic light na wonsabenkum no so eye bra ufi La Paz eko kaswa wonsabenkum so Africa kaswa na eba dia eye wonsani fa so 0542 275252 0206 4817793 2 961 111 na enuomo enkasa emo bi ohubia no omo enfamo nature medicine omo di nrom yanse bia bedwa so no peye kan farma wo se kope bito ebebo o de di ka no eye gastro mixture wa on stomach ulcer typhoid fever diarrhea na indigestion eni won so dia ne toy ma na yem ye oya no wodru eno no oyi oba obu nsa wo ti ya onsabu no ensisi so wanya yeast infection eba sa na se unya hoho a okwa obeba bi na ye din ko friend so to particular on person obeba so pe mensoplasm mixture nature medicine diaba no na nunu bi ebeboa wo na nso wade wo ho be ma wasi mpanin kwaso no naturally o prostate ni yakese sa prostate ni eye kese no na ojonso no na esesa ma ufa how bebre wo dwunso mu me kan wo tiase unya Prostaplas mixture and so ebetu sa how na se afiri ho na wo ho ato bebe tuntun do bia nature medicine no yi okona bisa be ni bia to upe bia tu afre 0248 778899 na ni wo mo enkasa chocho herbal industry ewo suhum omni chocho skincare products ahoro aba ye wo chocho herbal soap ye di dware chocho herbal cream ye di sra na de adisa na emienu ba konso ye chocho royal gel normal skin ye chocho herbal cream ena one of my video na you said I was here go no so e use chocho royal gel no ena ma covid no yie chocho hand and foot cream no e ma won a wo na ti papa no mo nsam ye denden no onye bia e bo papa chocho skin toner e ma ma no mo honam no e no ho totro kama chocho hair products no mo a hoa aji mutini afa mo unu tima na tete cafe no so no mo de eno no afi wo chocho bam so e wo ha ne de ahututu adro tatahwe a obi anye bisa eboa no pa ma wasa sini dada mu Pandamat, Palismo, Bacho na Total, Osmintes, and the supermarket be a ben ubia no, okwa obinye nribi ato ewo honomo. Enipa makato say ye radiant body no, ni laundry aye Alouette Medical Skin Care Center. It is only say when no crop import na so ben abegugu obasa e jifa. And now we dey no asa the water tattoo, ho no tattoo ho. As na force, we dey na tattoo ni ho a. Na just say so they call Alouette Medical Skin Care Center. Na obohe no asisi no yi ema wo mafutu amedema woni se enkodi obi anu achi se me na pimpos we ha manim na me yese ya dowe na sem kunwe na sem na we nam desremu wa hwe abakọ akose wo de na kọje wani so ntu de kọ ho omo firi wa omo nu be problem ni firi na omo solve ama kuma se omo patase no be Sheffield station no akra omo miensa ba ko Pantan hospital kwa no so ba ko ewo usu post office na chi ena ba ko so Islegu na Champon Junction. On number 0277 580 559. From na onomo atwetwe enkomo. Ye ko high sense. Adufo de bia. No challenger e wade afuo mu. Na mahama dawroma ana koko otimi challenge omo kakra. Ansa nka high sense um product de e fosi bibia wo Ghana hanom. Ope home appliance bi ata akoho. Ope home theater, ope television, ope air conditioner. Deep freezer, fridge, microwave, blender, rice cooker, washing machine, electric iron, electric stove, gas stove. Ni alcohol binyi bi ato e wo hono mu. Omunema de efe. Eye papa. Ade adi confusion ni pa ye ne bo no fofofo no. Wo mi showroom no do so Ghana ha. Baby awo bia na edie nia mpotem wo no o mo bi wo ho. E bia nim na onim. Se onim afre wo no mo 0302 550 000 0302 550 000 so ufra metro baby e ben wo na ko no akwakoto wa de na ho ato Tabia Herbal Center o me di Tabia Herbal Mr. Aba no etu ahututuo wonuma to awuntumi ni die etu ase malaria ni fever nyina enu so etu ase ntina ya me friend say e abusuan nchen federal se nka busuan bia no muni ya nka mo katin ba ko sifie nti problem no ba no bia twane die na ede ni gie aba na Dr. Chris Ajuman and what trans and who say if you any nyina ni farba ni mema na wo fie ho no so mutumi yo madwuma yie mani die ba najwa because if you any die de e hyase anajo ansa na ba wia o mutumi adwuma ni ya najwa e mani die ba fie onti o mo de tabia takum aba turmeric and flaxseed black pepper ginseng ne ginger no de afrafra eno maye e adwuma o mementim full stop tabia heba Mr. any tabia takum so pe bia to ba bia tuntan do bia kwa obenye bi e wo ho no mo o person friends so a number no eye 0243 686861 0243 686861 Mr. Eric Musro yeah DJ Francis papa you know ready mama we are na fi ya ye movement television ni wontumi radio yo enkan kokomlemle na se wudi dwuma bia na pesa mansan nyina to nkantem a fafa ha ye mo ho dawuru ma se wo bie school wati asori o ton niema wanya yie o di dwuma bi udi dwuma bi pesa mansan beto nka fabra ye mo ho dawuru ma because ye sori no pa ha na wiase nyina ahwe o mansan nyina pensempati a ha ni nsempafie na nkasa ye wo kokomlemle akra ni utan kwa no so a so free circle and never sa kwa akra ni utan for do rice ani mo ho a wo traffic light na yesa disco traffic light na ansa na be ko second traffic light no ye shentem ho wo tra ha bidu choba junction so the next junction we will send fast no on a movement television no to me radio ye bra na ye mo ye number is 0509 301 401 0592 58720 and 0246 375 134. All right. No, Nyami Aduma. Nyami Aduma this weekend and a DJ Francis.
And think ye birthday na near your pre.
Aha, ye birthday
ye be interview business.
Okay.
Ye be near the no akwa. Na mamen na ye tie for no mo hwe nyina ye na mu nyina.
My idea. Yes na dia no pay.
Fantastic feedback from all of you. Mo ayentima kan mu de nyina mo fa che boss. Yes de nyina abika ba be tie. But de nyina so they say ye with different names. Say they baby be a friend no. A chem for mo friend o chem.
Obi see your friend Sisire.
This is the papa for the and the Bignona. It's me, Madame Zina Tabi, was from the vernacular dictionary. No, I was a book. Vernacular dictionary was a book.
Nana don't play for so I can be visa. Was it a tree and Osibo? Aha, a tree no. A train year at Chim for before the it's in fact. But the people my say maybe as a time now so be that so anti wo share atim for tibi wona oboy so leopard what so enti sa eneti ye hwe se de ma menyi enti the massive power for the education mo contribution mo the buy in case be entimi and redo dia na mo fa encheye Israel for nyina e de mo de ba ekofo obi kwa se Ghana you need tiger mpo e wo Ghana obi say ni tie wo lion wo Ghana e wo leopard but tiger di ibi ni Ghana obi so e de e na wo de e ba de she na edna say 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 okay edna dia boss say leopard in a can in a can the word for leopard is osebo ko twa masa o etwi sana obi so say chem no yele
okay I say you didn't chebi di ni the big kingdom on the leopard no when ye na say for must release new one be extra the advertisement obi na follow or send the baby subribi eti no sa na omonso efre no why so omonso mo fe no o chem all right eti edem but ya da say ya fe on say na say nkobo bi aba Ghana ya say AI bi aba o my Ghana na AI no ezisi nkofo e wo temaport so musisi nkofo so musisi nkofo no ye ne nim ho di nim ne kese President Mahama esi de niaje pa se de sika e free port ho eba abamu introduce AI within 1 month no ba ye busa say AI na mu use no any revenue na akoso pa no e genuine money ana e blood money ye kwa homa no so ye on say blood money di gala say money di witimi di ye kwa homa no so ne president of tag Traders Advocacy Group Ghana Minia David Amwating also Asare-Bediako David Amwating my men ne kudi Asare-Bediako David ohun enya ko fo din emo obi adi akwa no di enu bi mesel Dave ya mo ache mo akwa ba na design ye de nyame ase na mo AI na eba na mu dwane nu ye se oba ba che mo asabe na asie ma na mo se mo cost strike mo obi enyi niema e wo port saa de no as all traders unions nyina aka bo mu se mo nyi niema wo port until said President Mahama ebeti mu sufre so far mo mama update akosi say
na fa communication is na men try Ghana for
to basa se de ya usi kasa ya manage ho pa be men na me dash pa ya be men ba ko de mempe take it to be men na no the hot name manage o to over ya be ma 10 gram ona me pentro me nye 10 gram to the be men na no what
say no dey encourage kaza in anticipation say Kenya me be ya do mo Kenya me be peje bu ka
God over these things me say no ade a we pa de me say o be men na no friend me say me dash
ana be men na me jo so na me ti awunya no ma wono ho no mo eduma ye ma o man Ghana na niya eye AI na abano eni ewiase economy na obia so na we o man bapa in the quest of government to raise revenue we put impediment of government way now so no man bapa na ye ka se ye piska in seeing I better proposal near Pisca. The choir are buying a fast so AI and idea. When I show say a choir part. And not anything. Ubia uyi and Niama uyi utia 160,000. And then you saw me 430,000. Yeah, a better game say in Pano Ibnis Ketia. Ubia uyi Niama and Niama uyi utia 80,000. And the AI saw me 600,000. Now, every day in Nipano being a size can no dear tia. If you are not, and I in higher taboo, all the trade associations, Yama is straightforward instructions and say, you're not a fire in Yaman by. Now, a choir, GRE, at the end of the day, is king. As I did in Yamanenka port to her. Until sir, a mind best suspend the AI, and now the idea in Yamana. And no, and an answer. Ubi a bit me a classifier no say or ye the friends of stakeholders Professor Jampo or ni ya or the two year say trade Minister of Transport Johnny to an say and call now to can suspend the strike now bar me ya and I can say for the respect you have for him any cordial relations you want and diet them. Yen to me first gear na the action. Being say a year and from Monday to Friday yen to me inside. Nemo, thank you, I never got second gear and the horror, everything abo so big until 7 minutes and baba. No other catch as a class or man a kayos almost on Monday. Almost suspended AI. Almost suspended there. And he has ever suspended a strike. Now, baby, I can't say it because you trust.
Question na nipa bebre busa ne say obi a ukoyi niema eba enema no same quantity na labeling ni nyina bibia pepepe values e wo ho so pepepe aden na etimi a jump from 880,000 to 600,000 adintra.
Mia, on the Nipa of a town, Sadian, Nipa, and then yes, I say Nipa behind me because you're too quiet, it's too quiet. Let be out of funny ma. The period will be a offer and offer and Yama Alpha Butraba, or could not be teach Akotoniamas of Abaton. It's last the Bianca starting with China. You put into the idea of socializing. It's young, council, most now the book on it. It's young, your Copiana, you make sure that you will accompany my woeful. Now, some officers are buying at the work seminar. Now, are buying a ticket amount, the amount of idea. So, you know, Bana who could see the cotton jacket could be $200, $180. Also, what is that? $200, I never pay duty. I'm not a good photo of Metia. They get the indicators already on Munyani, the $50 or it's China. Ever sober. In the run up to 2024 general election, our penny is excellently John Dramani Mamma CIA. Australians say you beat the board. It is a one bar, or my duty board. Now, some money is 80,000 and no man using a board. No, but Wami about from that and you would 600,000. Say a quiet, and I say about it. It's before say into me in Saniaman until Sir Omba Sunday, Sir EI, no Macofaban, because you good, you must. It's good, you must, because Oshania, up to the duty more, and then Voxy. A bit of Voxy by AI, so on put here. 700,000 Ghana cedis. A
boxy bench, Anna.
Oh, boxy abaya, almost a more ever brave. Power boxy abaya and them master class of fish. And I did what won't I say 700,000 Ghana cedis.
That is ridiculous. Yeah, every custom person piano who sa figure na eso who say bibia ko wrong ana me boa
member studio no mo me custom officers didn't kire
ampa
and the custom officers cry issue and yeah strike ya ye custom officers be agree support because omo mo bi da when in fact Ghana customs only India customs Ghana ban India for agreement bi and never be over top India bia no omo upload the manifest no so if you work on any obedu ano no Ghana customs mean the cost of the product you know you calculate with it now it identity as animal way na ewo ho let's say you see of AI it dey you say eye abia ebinuma magazine so mo di begu adwuma and I wouldn't say get before there no matter which party we belong to what are there eba high adwuma we will fight you and you know you better not kasa if your man paying rollins attention e get before call demonstration e get before to two almost shop o man paying kofo you call demonstration you to two your shop o man paying atames the same thing o man paying John Mahama the first time the same thing o man paying Kufuor the same thing and then it is the consistency of this trade association say we don't compromise on things that will bring hinder the progress when it comes to our business. The media and the higher, no matter which political party which is in power or the political party that we belong to, we will fight it. Because the Juma first, I buy here no our man is cafe and man say business in.
Na question back when say a dear bad day and na AI ni behu ama adia na nkeye 80,000 say moko fa no moko tua 600,000 abra wonim say China no even though one country no but provinces bebre na wo ho no ba bia woni values omudi ye adwuma adia be fa no Shanghai and now say Guangzhou no difference when we talk about they said the last now we take them 120 I was Shanghai $120 and $200 Baba Guangzhou about $80 Sanya man sa figures no kwamu na input into the AI ama AI assessment and the value neba kwamu na ye
wouldn't say AI or shopping all the member say open choba and open baby you ha me ye so say choba bi e sekuku memeti ono mo unya no map no so
ebi enye ba ku bi na reverend kwaba last what me fa ho no the wa ade ha no
what do we say
what wo bi ase na aka bom kra they can locate it
exactly
but reverend ye kama
ekonyi
papa
enti me mpane say the whoopers, Uper restaurant, that's only critical map on the swap. The highest restaurant now almost Jabu internet and so on. Now, Mamia, you call the way. The phone class and then message ground with me reply.
Except that I go for them for an echo, and your friend was your friend, I said, try to my in advance here, but was it the middleman who? Ye,
cross the crowd or so, no message. 18 such person examine it and call for talk, but we need internet also. AI, no the say restaurants I can see what Ghana honey hotels I can see what Ghana Hana. Yeah, no, and what's up? It is okay say AI and amount the cost price of Ebia fufu any appointment you know or compete the highest one what big restaurant no Ebia 450 Ghana cedis no affect the amount.
What the Kofa Kempinski one more dia no about 1,002.
Pa, all the okoto body I have to turn. Is it an alcohol moving figure body I have to turn? Me make you 200 cedis body I have to turn and cafe.
It is a to condition mu.
And the many customer officer say body I have to turn there. Me maximum what me to 20 cedis ah. Me AI dey oboa oko moving figure, body out of AI, I say 200 cities. This is what is happening. The AI will go
and so it will use 200 no from moving picket, you know. Now the amount or charge based on 200, but not about so kind and I say Momo can decide the whole mood 20 cities, you know.
So and the almost leader. I didn't know body answer phone will be the year 200 cities, also the year 20 Ghana. This is what is happening. And the AI is priced on data. You know, shopping, no ticket. Prices are getting a what baby are almost 8 million good internet. So, yeah, again. If you know, you can't abide say, and you can't you 2 coins near Kofani, my know. It is a work of jacket to do a Zara shop. That's a work of $200. I don't care. Say, any Kofani, mother, and no, and you're holding a Kofani, Yama. It you know, you have also in this, I buy and then we have a quarter now, you started AI on the 11th. You know. Yeah, almost all many 1 billion. Start and I buy revenue. I will the port about home.
About home.
Sikao January and February. No, I don't see a Sikao March. Because I'm going to now to me.
We mean okay. The containers not come at demo Jachich Omuna.
This is because then I will just 80,000, also just 600,000. Imagine you have more than 300-400 people. So much of containers. Then about the revenue. Now, I was when AI, I'm going to cut it 1 billion now. Revenue up for. Nigeria will provide data. And Mount say, first quarter, no, January, February, March, no. Month bed on revenue for moment when you target.
Why ye do me what on Pabuache? In fact, who say let Ubisha Pabuaka, 1,000 sample kind, let that now. When the boss quality is a letter ready, a first grade, it was what was ready in Kusu greedy pa, and a shakoya, so the yaisemi. What the 1 penny for or cost on penny for now more honor. Yow Martin say 40 years. And who said the Monsieur Ghana Didja, and move from Germany, Ako Japan, Ako Korea, and move accept Yama and Bibiaku see China and take it crumple. Some values about Muhu, or wouldn't be Ghana for Didja no more, and I'm a boy. Eti, I in a air course like a second. BBM precable conscience, and I'm moving opportunity for Master Monto when we say, Ebusafo challenges I have for Muniana. Bibis am I?
But also about me who shoe size.
And that is the boof with Papa. Mancano come, but shoe size.
So, honestly, and man, young custom officers and only a few. Now, but you're 2 million, a new custom officers in just argue the harder. Now, almost a car, but certainly I'm a canon. Minority always have their say, majority will have their way. Custom officers inform me at Casa, almost over to a buying for such argue with more. But we add other buying, Boboa, at the date to be any system movie a cultural buyer, a buying in a Boboa, M1. Because there is no way. So, because a 40-footer container will be made just 600,000. And anyone of the time is saying, and anyone of the time is saying, and they are frozen food. Then you permit your second will 150,000. They say, oh, it's almost 480,000. And you know, when I'm buying the chance to my Bobo buying. Now, my phone change and the back at Rama. Will be with them, then send him up for beheading. And I make a chance of any man go bad, they find out how to Sabato. And your money being when you get. Because there's no way to be sure I'm a ton. If you are 40 before this, or we were not about to shoot, but I just shoot in 2,000. Anybody buying it made 2,000 as a shoot. They find them at Podia. It is our buying percent. They can't on employment crisis like Umuno, or so they become one there. And a lot of people will fold up. They will fold up. Because there's no way you can sell a pair of shoes 2,000 and get people to buy. Because if we wait for 1 year will be back, still our after some money. If you remember, a big map, a no, down for back. The company, or bar, will share this year cost if you have 230,000. If you have 1.1 million. For one container. Aden. A going to free India airban. India for customs for uploading the invoice. I'm a modada. If you just a difference of your non alcohol invoice, India 1 month say a glow week, yeah, what container we mono. the value is, 90 to 100. So you strike the average, if you are 95, now I am duty. Or more than Mamma Dada. If you see the Naka, don't put you 1.1 million for one container. And the 11 billion for one container. And in the Banana, what do you say?
Mr. Bart will be the Ibiaba, suggest Ibiaba was say, Yenim baby crab, baby concentration, a war, second the form. If I your consort talk of a bit matches, a Ghana the phone, don't want to have them go for money. And then, baby, a port now, a different gun, a never free or our man on the air or my Ghana mono. A cost of 1 penny for, and to me, and what now, mumu, and your values no. I am man before I ship on your man compono. Now, I'm saying, I say, challenge the bonus of Belrazia. They can quickly go to the source, ban woman to verify. Asana and Namagopono, as Lilia Bana. Sadnanya possible. Is
possible? Possible now. All that message that the Amicasa are born with Union, sorry, so. Winning, custom officer paying back for about retirement or buy on a year is into business. And now. Year to play. You're quite an Azu, and you have Blawin a Boam, I'm starting in the only call time at church, and any in our coy. Or not custom officer paying, and there are no so, or so will be the blame of Ghana Hanamo, or 2 coin or 2 B, or to me, Tony Bia, $400, $350. You didn't go China baby, and more for $85. Or just a young man, I'm going to buy any good Bia by no become going that. And I'm saying exactly the problems I mean anymore. If you never or no advocate, I'm a man. If you say you come in Bia, if you could invite no, but who knows? Now then, who are you businessman? Now, for one, I can't tell you I'm concerned from there. If you do, you do many actions. Because, unless Myanmar or China, I could use a side here we are. Now you told me $350, $400, and less than $90. My couldn't be at. You're paying for the between our contract. Except almost the diapers every majority almost from EU. What's my question? EU market. The question is diaper and the one saying, no about a soul transfer. Almost with the shoes you buy. Almost the air window, continental window, let's put your shoes to the ball. Almost a phenomenal bar. What the Americans Ghana cost. All of the building material, one got not for sign. What the for sign are doing to Ampa. Building material, though you are walking. DOP cement to any boy you see. Oma, the air condition, television, microphone, any mobile phone ban. One got not Shenzhen. What is Shenzhen on my building? Tanyama week now, more sample, license, more from Ghana customs. All of the material, and it's out in a Panatania and the bar. Don't go to GM. Oh, who in the board, laminated board in the plywood and a sandon, Moncotton Honomo, or bar, Ubu, or maybe to the Juma machines, and battle me between the Juma, Moncos High, Moka Mubu, Namo Sample family home. And simple. What I say, Tanya Maway, you between me. It's no contract for AI or non cost shopping. Don't go in same time to give us no pick prices and no dia. And yes, you do not AIS age manager. Then customer of the summer to a removing now go via.
Million much of it, I bet me idea. I am a customer of the thing I'm going to be. Now I am taking value to my.
Namia be fair the best about never be say and Ramian in say Jubilee House man, that's security for you meeting about 4 hours. Assessing the impact of the decision by a moment say Muni Manity. Yeah, shall say could you see number to come on Bishi and I'm what?
Yes, number cannot win out trade is Vision.
And I fear there no Becassa who say it could say why. Medasi, Bohubi. All right, it's media. Mina David Amwati, where President Traders Advocacy Group Ghana. And now, what made the explanation? Media, what the aqua classroom at the aqua China, aqua teaching. That's a break.
I said, I can person make or interview.
Okay.
Sir, I don't know. I'm going to no more ship here. Co airship for about company no, I'm going to man or the invoice Ebremo. I'm the invoice Eba. I'm going to say, near my container no more. And never knew. And he did be and I'm about to say AI no moment ye.
I said,
oh, yes, sir. Oh, no, what in baby. You over sense on your mouth, and
but you see, I don't put a Kenya problem. But say, yeah, and air pick the true values. Yeah, I don't know. Sanka, Ebianka, we open your cousin. I don't know. On pick it the cheapest. But when they pick it the highest, the most expensive. Now they are billion pounds. And I go for my average. Okay, between 10 and 20, 1 for 15. No, funny. What you say? Now, I know you'll be a what to. Now, come on, say. More year ni pan said you also came from your machine. So be coffin yema 80,000. 80,000. And they also make you 600. Yes. Now, Missika, me van to bank. Na me tell me na me because me yema me to me for 600,000. Onya. Onya. Dia na sem ko tie. So benya dia na sem paboa sure turn 420 Ghana cedis. So be turn 2,000. 2,000. Na Ghana for do say me ko akoto 2,000. Ye twa birthdays and I will be. And our can say you say ke be ya custom for no. Abano empenipa omofonko China ho. Yes. Enti maybe I talk omo ya nyema nyina ko bisa nyina abo. No mo fa emegu omo machine so wa. No mo za nyema no bo no aburuchire no anaso China wo say ene ye ton no. No mo dia calculate aye omo duty. Anasa omo begu nkrofo djuma. So mo kai Mr. President Hamadi ai ye nya birthday ni visa. Okay. Chetu. All right. Zare kan omo yankoi. The di kai Patrick Kumi Ahenkura. Patrick Kumi Ahenkura. Our Achim Asene. Na ene birthday. Nti said you don't go. Sir, you're far for you, so na yema happy birthday. Patrick Kumi Ahenkura, yema happy birthday. I see. Mrs. Juliana Boache. Mrs. Juliana Boache, ewo asaman kese. Na ene your birthday. Nti Madam Joyce Danso Dakwa. So say yemfa afidie so na yema happy birthday to Mrs. Juliana Boache asamanke say yema happy birthday. Small girl wadi 1 year Alicia Akosia Boama Pepra. Alicia Akosia Boama Pepra. Enra na your birthday. Hey, they see the this no no. Jesse bra. Enra na your birthday papa de ballet. Wow. Papa Kwame Pepra Hansen or satellite Emsa Kuntinsi was a young birthday. Now I see my belated happy birthday. Okay. After Patience Mensa a nurse in New Jersey, USA. And then your birthday. Listower Archie Dakwa Sari, a secretary MPP or Boise East Constituency. I say you're 5 years so now you're happy birthday. Right. Dr. Edu Mohammed. I don't know your CEO, Edu Herbal Hospital, SMB test. Yes. Yes, what boy, mama. Hey, Papa, we like back on some. Yes, at the had. Yeah, no baby funny. Ja. We need packet one. And then I had birthday. What are the SMB tests? About the boy, Juma Rob. SMB test, Peter, come on, it's with you one dance. Okay. And see, Doc, you're happy birthday. After a Jubi, a member. Loyal ladies. Okay. You be a member, loyal ladies. Na and your birthday. Hanan see him 5 years so. Hanan oba Henry. Yes. Okay. Now the man happy birthday. The chat to her Jessica Mami Yeboa Obendanso. Jessica Mami Yeboa Obendanso. And your birthday. Oh papa. Benjamin Danso, Birmingham. Yes. UK. I say him 5 years so now your happy birthday, happy birthday, Jessica, Mammy, Yeboa, obeying and so Eric Bajama could be her father's mammy. Happy birthday to Ebenezer Black Mensa, 1 year research development officer, Cocoa Development Advocacy Platform. Ebenezer Black Mensa. Na black then in the cream and I said in the younger salon. Ebenezer Black Mensa. Procure advocacy. Aye. Procure and a DV and a DV by. Happy birthday to you. And then belated happy birthday to your Mama Mary of Tessano. Ma Mary of Tessano. And you know, you go so as in my AADM Como. That's what you want to mean. Doc Martin Bakaba, the name saying. Not the Bibiaboko now, so I'm not on what one and then echo. And
diagnostic level still are you bujuma kakra ye ne hwese ne betimi aboa Ghana fo nyina ma omatena apomudin nti anope wo humi wa ha na mpese mesan eche etifo ne ahwefo nyina so enyama ibetimi aye amana aboa yen. Yes, as Ghanaians. Now, and then mpese me tackle issue be a Muslim for effort more on and on also yare any anasi ye fun yare a encrofo bebre. Send you no 74 a dry yana ye the aba market no so a drew papa a boy juma na a boy juma with a number of conditions or more diabetes a famane a boy more hepatitis B and C, liver conditions, kidney conditions, almost fat tones na 74 a man boa omuye pa na sounds na almost more ulcers and so no almost fat emano a boa omuye pa na and then person me share yeshe and Diani bin so a bit me edi amana abuayen especially a ban ulcer condition also ye funiyare na induani bia ye betimi edi amana abuayen yes ehia pass mo beto edruno yes but as much as possible no ye hwesenya Ghana betimi atena apomudin I think that is more important to us as a company crowd than LC was na ebe ban so ene de ye pese ye kire induani betimi di amana abuayen na e ban ulcer yare na one of the key things and I say induane bakwa eboa with ulcer paano cabbage ya tadie salad bidiye cabbage stew ni na sefono it's very very good a ban ulcer there it is very very good with the cabbage eto ho na fi wa pineapple inso very good a bo ye yafono ho ban efi sa ulcer yare ene yare ahoro eho nti unya cabbage unya pineapple na fi unya sweet potatoes and so at the counter nature say what kill bibia sa induane miensa yi etimi eboni pedua no ho ban efi yafono yare ahoro ho ulcer edimu kan yes nti we obi a one thing this induane yam mesre pass e wo be ko pebi na wedi na emra wudi sanyama yi no na ebi so wo ho a wudi ebetimi ahani pedua no induane bi so wo ho a wudi a ede ulcer amase yafono yare ahoro yi edeba mpase misi eno so kakra se na be emra wudi we na wo se eno so anase wo gyae no na ama apomode no akoyie na ne edimu kan pa this carbonated drinks one of the drinks. Another one also this energy drinks ayeta enomno. Now here's the case. So what energy drinks now say caffeinated drinks yi pa. What happens is that it stimulates we yafono can we yafono mani produce more of the acid. Now mostly no acid no ehun only when we did. So we did here and acid no here say a bit me I'm mixing with aduane no ama digestion no I take place. Now say one of these carbonated drinks na and I say produce acids no. And I say aduane bia anyway yefunu ma what happens is acids no now tends to feed on yefunu line no. Now if he did on that your phone line and then the also no ediba as much as possible a pass of course we juma kakra bit me say wa ho on the bit me akofem no akọ energy drinks at all once a while me ni problem bit me once a while no problem but omo ayeta ye no all the time if be okra one day with minimum energy drinks be 3 you know the more wono side na affect winipedua no etse wa ho on this one so affect winipedua no so these are some and spicy foods say the indomie crowd oko ye indomie na se mako entwemu na on say that feel taste no yes sadly emra we eating those spicy foods no we feel we enjoy you know yes na affect we yafono no so as much as possible enne ye kan yafono ho ye ka yafono ho asem no na mesre p say as much as possible we obi a ope spicy foods and porcho better so yes as much as possible with the as much as possible we obi a ope spicy foods and porcho so Yes, so na be just normal meku kakra at least emao filites na eno ano no na yekoye baby. Yes, but emma meku no entwemu emma meku no entwemu ye minimum de ye pemako etwempa mo chopi affect ye fono no. So as much as possible let's move away from that. Now that aside so anwa eduane this fatty foods now say there are a lot of fast foods are available some jumedia na yampon term and me and we understand all of that, but as much as possible no my in fact this fatty foods and the regular what we juma wapon will late as much as possible pay it be a fat and I say anwa endorse womb. Because udi enduane anwa ewoma, what happens is it takes longer time to digest. In this one be eduane ni sisi ana say wo jampe ko empa no so say wo kwakoda, then it affects the nipedia because body na ntimi and digest eduane ni wianse na wo koda then it will start with dyspepsia. And you always be able to eduane na wudi na and digest it kakra na wo have those chest pains kakra heartburns kakra emra progressive no na the ulcer the aba abeshim nti mesre bi say ye be check sa enduane yi a ye di no se na be ya ulcer yare no intimi emeso ye so. Another issue I had the ulcer ne ban stress ye stress your home but see here say na brabo na ye tiase pi because so when to me anko amba e bit me affect so nti emra wo ko eba na wo stress wo ho no it is necessary so be pay bibia e bit me eyi that free radicals no if you because this stress na ye kom de bia no wo didi kra digestion e take place no e produce chemicals bia ye fa no free radicals na sa free radicals no bit me awe wo ye fa no line no sanso na e bit me so affect wo organ na ewo woni pedwani na free radicals it me affected it me the cancer the bite it me affect liver it me affect kidney no it me affect bibia nti wonya edrobia e bit me eyi that free radicals and if you are then you are sure say you are moving towards healthy living. And na unya tonti na 74 e bit me clear those free radicals and also if you have nti emra maka sa enyama yi a bit me ejai ene ne yi bit me edino ye yesa na fe ye the tonti na 74 374 and in the way screen so now with the tonti na 74 and so e de aboso tonti na no eye juma bebre as he said ye idanyame aso obi aje tum jumedi a tonti na no etimi eye juma bebre na emra etimi treat condition e betimi so abo ho ban sina medical kind no e ban free radicals na e be mopi e be yi chemicals na nyine efi ho ama wa e fine nti enne ye sisu biem on ulcer any year from yare sena tonti na bitimi aboa. However, wo yare fufu bi to say diabetes, to say infection. If you are in a jun so mu yare anase mpemu yare anase kokoso yare respiratory tract infections. Tonti na 74 bitimi aboa. If you answer won so de no kokram yare bi a cancer na edu stage bi onya tonti na 74 wo de frɛ yen be show how a wo bitimi afano amano aboa. So wo other condition it is a prostate we papa bi a wonya prostate condition tonti na 74 so bitimi aboa. Ni hia na say obefrɛ yen na boni edi nkomo. Generally eduro no ye idin so share na de no mpawcho hano mostly na yeta confuse no esane say immune booster enti no ubetimi anom ne sa but say wo the treaty ya ready and the be hia so wo din so share the be count na be jumantem na eno sa no wo din so share na ebutu edo ni tin wo bebu so share na miensa na wo ebu edo ni mienu e dia fra no wano 30 to 1 hour ansa na we didi anopa ene enyumbre 30 to 1 ansa na we didi anopa ne enyumbre we na sa ebebu ayi pa na wo ansembi se bi so obetimi so afre ye numbers na 024 607 3498 024 607 3498 and 050 162 8931 050 162 8931 o friend anytime I be pick am I know edi nkomo yi na tontina no so ewo pharmacies ni obetimi abora herbal shops ebe on ana pharmacies aso per tontina 74 edi no ne boy dey obetimi abo T74 ka T74 so a obeyi ama why fine
me that enti me no ma start enum bi
okay
na me fan tweet ya bia ba me di boost me yi no immune system na ha enti me no me raw
sa wo di boost dia obetimi ana raw no sa pepe
that's the pen wo di tweet ya re
okay
me that enti ya bia go be san asia e was for aha eye movement television so me free hon na me nko menua me di mafo heba obo mu bo watches me no de ba ko hwe no matter de ba ko so hwe yare time no de amount no na couple what that is fa na dia na
they incoming
Emilia what that is fa na dia na press obo no aye yi bi kakra
press up na ya na
okay that's okay
press up every day be
ese be share mazos no we say na mu number de ho baji mu because ayi a friend thing like tea ba no wa se baby shirt wa Ghana struggle so won't be go dia nko
asemu
dia
asemu
that's the that for me
asemu
the push the that for me
almost that for
4-0
4-0 let's say on
aggregate 2-0
hada Friends of Arsenal for so move here.
Yanko. Friends of Arsenal de wo. You about the league for month me.
Arsenal. Baby agree.
Omundi stamina. Yanko me di ma for.
Then come me that say na ma memfa afidie so na menchia opani kwankyerɛ for kofa bae. E de ma me di ma for Herbal Hospital Dr. Time da so Dr. Edu Jamfi na ono ena haban kasa watie no nso tie haban kasa medimafo Herbal Hospital ye kan kyerɛ say to anamon na bra medimafo Herbal Hospital sanse wo ba medimafo Herbal Hospital ye boawo na afi krampo nso no ya mawo ndira hodo a ebe boawo na atu yare bi asede afiri nipaduanom empempi no ena ya na yare betena nipadua no so a afi obon sa na wa ye mobo afi obon sa wo ntimi nkɔ wo mokɔ a wo ntimi nkɔ bi ena wonso a ni asasa nka wo ye no so no untumi nyanti yare enti ama akoda bi de ne maame ani mu aye fom yare enti akoda bi de ne papa ani mu aye fom nanso na nkanye sei na nanko wote bara esa yare enti ana sei uhunu saa yare enti oba bi ejai ni kunu sanse stature ohu ye no sei wadi form from that stature enu enti no ose ontimi ntena ho biom enti na ya mpempi no looks no beduru mre bi no yare betimi amana sesa yare enti be ma bi ja ne yere sansa hodi ni ho ana kan pese ni omampo a wo so mutimi ye no wono ma atumi ayer bare se ni da so no asasa de enkra ye ni da so ni asafo awrade anu enti ana onam medimafo Herbal Hospital so Dr. Time da so say awie bere mu wo yare tete wo obi o sciatica obi na nte kakra no na koma na ebo ne peri sa obi na nte be se 15 minutes ajeso gina be 30 minutes no de agina home enu anom to na mo na bra medimafo Herbal Hospital na no anaya for fida e wura be po yiso afro bonse ni padodo na na nte kakra afi ase na koma no ete ade atofom ni nyina mo no utro na mo eba medimafo Herbal Hospital ebe boa ye wonra wodo bebre nye ndro ba ko ene yewo na one aspect no say medimafo Herbal Hospital de ye mfiti preko pe medro so setem bia no e wase ehwe awo system no e wase ehwe nia ebetuma ko ni peduanom enu nti na oba ye behwe na ye hwehwemu wo ni peduanom ansa na de aduro ade aka ye mfiti preko pe mfa aduro mfa nkan e wo bera waba medimafo Herbal Hospital enu nti ene yese anopai eduru kwara se ya mpacho Dr. Batana se Kumasi ye betana se wo bua kwa atwuma go school junction ena Accra ye betana se opoku aso mayira fo anya anyira eno nti no beto na mo na waba nyame ya adum na pesa oba for appointment me ba to friend number no na afi yem register na extra the first time over for appointment registration for appointment obe hu doctor obe share no one on one now na di nkomo we ya by appointment eno nti no ebra de be ma no sa abra na be ba share doctor eno nti mbampi na bi no mo ho a oba osi o ena me de ma mu ko appointment mi refi mpacho we are time I was here show no na obi time enso no nti ko bansa na ye kase ye mo atena se atwen ko sise ye measure appointment for na wi a afei na wakoma akosoro eno nti ne say so person book appointment on Friday na we share Dr. Time da so a number me bobo fa number no na free so person book appointment ye ma time ne ma number eno nti sa time ne number no na ba be share doctor na ne doctor edi nkomo oba medimafo a enuanom no kwasam no say yenye consultation fee o medimafo ba hospital so bi ka kire say waba medimafo ba hospital emi aka kire say e wo so tua consultation fee ampa cha onye no kro bi a sa enim yenye consultation fee e o medimafo ba hospital na emom no ne atem so sa oba medimafo ba hospital a di obetua ka say bi lab obekwa koye anase ka se kutwa scanner na obetua ka o card obeye 70 Ghana cedis no empo oko general hospitals anase empo no orthodox hospitals ya na se unkuta insurance o card obeye no ebro 170 plus baru wono ukuta insurance ewo medima feba hospital da dantini say for 70 Ghana cedis bra na yenye card mfama na yenhwe ne entreat you unya koba pe Dr. Bedin komo na afi wa kire say ya de bosome ba ko yede na otwe mi no ananse na otwe na ede hwe wo anuanom no kwasam no say yare bi ho a entatia case wo doctor ne so bibi to say bacterial infection fungal infection sani o mani nyina entatia case wo Dr. Tam da so ne so anu nti na se no na etete wo a infections I don't na etete wo bomodi a sa obeba medimafo herbal hospital Dr. Tam da so akache na yetimi ahwe na yabo ne yeto ase dia ma sika kito bi na ade baje wo yarosa for the first time Ghana bako semu yarosa bia ba ko a but obama yafo ne sikafo nyina medimafo herbal hospital na ye numbers a obetimi afre for appointment no obisi mpesa mba for appointment on Friday number no ye 0591 ano appointment 0591 202375 0591 202375 appointment ofra also pay appointment na afi no wadi nkomo wasa kwan no so na ya kiro da anytime I was already ba aso ne yo poko asemayira mayafo anya anyira komase ebu akwa atwema agusku junction nyame aduma on the 20th of April every year wo mu ye na to say ene on the 15th aka enama akoma enum na afi ye bie takwa branch no eno ntinse nya bie esi aiwom me ba so nyame aduma on the 20th obi a ode na ni be kire mo takwa bia benya akyede e be chaade ahodo sanse edi kan batakwa dada enipa ahodo a wono so aba bagya yarehwe omom guso gya yaresa no mu a obepie mo ho bia no obenya akyede e o medimafo herbal hospital mpato enye the first time a ye bi eni ntetu na mo na bra obi a si o me pe number e bia medro sam na mpese mbisa nsembisa ahodo obi wa mane na person ni medimafo ba hospital din koma ma me papa me ya ba mpa so tie me for numbers no 0244 774282 0244 774282 numbers are from medimafo herbal hospital afei o number for fra obetimi so afre 0500 727215 Tirie pa 0500 727215. These are the numbers obetimi afre na oni enso edi nkomo na obese wo pa wo onya wo me ba cho awadro no doctor onyisika na emum the treatment e was ye na ewa awudie no no ana doctor bejo sika no so sika kakra bi na wode ba aferia na ya mo aduro awadro no ya just at sodie wabu ade tot no wodi gu anu na mena na de so ne be ma ne hia mpacho mu nhia bi mbo so me be so na ba no dem odo so ye chinyefo oso ye chinjine wo ya Thomas wa na sa Thomas no bramedimafo oba ase doctor mpese me no to nchia na obi ntime ne onyame nto nchia ni no sunkunim da biara da wori msem ewo 2 Kings 20:7 no ebra na odifo Isaiah woni memo na yare atu atese ewo man no mum afei na adehye o nyina se a odifo e enkosi da ben na yen ye ho ebetimi atoyen obi se eyasiatica obi se ne kidney asei yesi enye ye biem bato nyame a obo ni padua no o akwanya sa biara so say so kidney say obe repair dia ma so nso say nipa ye car na car say na nipa sa atimi ye engine e ma car no nso sa ye adwuma biem a patro nipa dia no ba bi to akwa ye so lance e na say ye ana emporom say infections ahodo enti na tambia no ya na meka cancer ho asem a meka kiro say your baba so 17 cancer ahodo and yes so 7 almost more than 17 ulcers and yes so ewo enu ntino sa uba midimafo ba hospital cancer say also na ulcer no tambia dia na eboso dodo na ulcer peptic ulcer na yewo ulcers bebre esophageal ulcer enioma ahodo ulcers bebre bi wo mpo a eka otroto a wontumi wanhwe ya o kasa no be lose voice no forever pacho to na mo na bra midimafo ba hospital na yemfa sa akwanya no so na yemo obema ma masemo fom no midimafo de ba ne aboa wo san se yeyi no edura de ma no enya afrodi ya se o no ne oba akwakoda no ano na se awie na dwuma ye da bida pacho ye o mu adwuma se o mrante bremu ko se o mpani mfie so na empempi no na ya na metaka se yanka tetiatempo no kwanda da no san se dotie anka onwemfo nsem a o yare no Dr. Tamba so ma na nka o so san se ebinum di 990 years ebinum di 960 years ebinum di 110 years so now no ne o mo yere no edi ahia e o mpaso anajo ento ya bema na within 7 days no went me and trust 7 e won to man 4 times in 7 days na me patro na de tie no say o me ma 7 no eto so mo ya tiase ewo bramedimafo na ye moa wo patro ye de yankomo no si wo ha ba me kan kiro say branches ye opoku asema ira ye okuma ase ebu akwa atwoma Augusto Junction on 20th and so ye call our western region hona sa takwa na ye bie branch foforo kra na timia ye adwuma menka say krachi tina so amo me yare so metabia me ba me be kai wo say e wo so otu na mo na ba medimafo ntu nya maya bra ye numbers na 0591 202375 appointment and as 0244 774282 and a 0500-727215 number no TV no so betimi do phone twa na afi wafre na oni ye edi nkomo medimafo herbal hospital Dr. Time eda so the incoming anopay ye bedase mesmedase kapu bedase pa in the house e better say lady komo mo twe isi aye kwa
penifo a mudi akire ni ho akwana ba nyina ama ye tesa na dwono ya ma mobile wadaroma e de airportin na esi o ma ye
enokra baba amando de enokra de na wa bomb ni general secretary nyama na say over the weekend no kwa yibu ahafo de am kwanta enti say you na so ni isia baba mando nti baba kwa ya sutri so wanya ko a free bono region police command say omuhia no Monday no nti oka ya quickly na general kwa direct me say memfre honorable Chiaboa former deputy attorney general the friend fortunately no so other so sunyane no ka say ni obetwen na Monday no no ko nti Monday, we have head office squad new meeting near parliament leadership meeting. And the Muna Minyanti as well. I have Bono region for they are not aware of any such invitation. No meaning class would be say about. And you made only now about 20 minutes, no more 10 years or more. And the owner police for the Sadi America by so Omra. Now, Omanyanti. For mankind say and can no here no enti one of say no ma arrest no na ne twetwe aso ne say emre mu arrest obi also can offense quality the pako o man ka be and also ma arrest no mo prepare car na very very unfortunate enti ano mo prepare car na deputy regional organizer kan ho and mo take mo no be do to be nya no mo update me so mo medru fanko na meeting ani room
and I do not say the science of meaning film. I mean, this year, police headquarters. Before some about Saturday meeting, my bomb, you'll be a man. Into your meeting, as now, you be through an answer, me say, almost to suffer a bonnet. I'm a bonnet and a lawyer, equal lawyer Mante. Equal. It is a lawyer Mante, oh, almost when you say discuss no matter some conference, here no matter the room detail. Now, a year and nay and car, or more, I didn't court. If you buy a do CID. Headquarters there. Now I say, almost the abonye the kind of almost striking force, almost sales bureau, almost the call. Until later on, a leader name, lawyer, Bafo, and a lawyer Swakwa, and lawyer Jerry Ahmed Munya Beckham. It's your own leader, so that your head charges are most of the money and the no, you can't say that we did also bill on. And maybe he has said, did a question. That's a bit. Thank you. I think that the police should be tolerant. They have been there all this while. Nema Coco so can some maybe tell me because you said, could do almost some of the boy and fast in Baba Mando. Almost Baba Mando. I could post to be social media. Why LGBTQ colors? No, did you say a year for Sukwati, or did you say a year some George? No, did you swatch on Penny Mahama? Intino, a no, offensive. That's a more idea. So, maybe I'm not in common question, why you busy, that's fine. But I do when I was over, I was still doing one hour detaining the air. Sabi. It's a way to say, Malik Basintelli. That time, not police council chairman, Yura, Muhammadu Baumia. Obiara should be saying, Community Apreko, the two are there. Apparently, go for a penny, the pork shell and some and time. And the control, no, I said, no, quality mobile, what he said? That time, police council chairman, Yura, Muhammadu Baumia, and Mobu. You must be tolerant, and one day you must be guided by some of these things. They're not more criminalizing free speech, any free expression. The young Muhammad the cat says, LGBTQ, and Yanni, why would you be more? Then the direct connotation is that any nice is no for fast. It is a big nowadays.
24 Moody, Chilini, Wakana Benama, Yetisana, Juno Yamomo. Wadaruma. Edi airportin na esi o maye
enokra baba amando de enokra de na wabo me ni general secretary nyama na say over the weekend no kwa yibu ahafo dia nkwanta enti say you na so ni isi a baba amando enti baba kwa ya secretary so wanya ko free Bono region police command say omuhiano Monday no. And you can quickly na general crowd direct me say me frɛ honorable Chiaboa former abonye nso dey say almost abonye judge a oti abenta sofo omodi no ko nim no na abonye say sa judge no your political judge come here say assembly a politics bi na dey na mo dey call or political judge. And you see Judicial Secretary, other petition police. There's some bad more can you say? It's even come from the NDC for branding Judicial in Yasom, you can most of see. The President Mahama Manuel and the SSR. A brain, I know unanimous of Siki, a dog man. Say, judges, MPP judges. What to say? Judicial Secretary be them, and your petitions and what you be. I didn't know the tension, and you will be back home. I see. And I second one, almost Dr. Anane, and soon I petition say, Abonyo can say, you are for bless with a CKB, and it being or my wrong prescription. That's the way they say for defamation. I want to become local court. So you know, yes, into the Panino and also in the court. Now we are criminalizing some of the
It is wrong. Yes, now did in Comonia de Adiana, or Emma, a bonny bono cofa the free, because no bona, you are minority that assign a bill condition, and I don't assign it for a bonny or sign it for Baba Mandu, and Baba Mandu P and a bonny and so no. P. None when we Jimmy, a pressure about by so my percent or my or direct attention, I'm telling you. And if you forward is a near break. Makofa iya yaba sinse mukumu na mu kama musumu ko fu dumatam ena enkoda ene bibia abo koso fuel prices koso na no mo se etu bu ha mu yi yefim yantemu nka emebu ni su na se omo info analytics se NDC for mebu no 78% se munyo yuma nye omo ekem ene galamsi asinse mukumu ana asofo no so mo sanse LGBT madada Ghana for pure national atutumu so what can you to me ana car transport ye dey koba o just into the pressure about by so na by person or fini many dugu no mo dey yes anima we that is all I see. There's absolutely because as anima no so mo dey akoko chiro bi no sabi ye temu ho etan it is any man on the press about buying who left and right near the other, and you want to internal elections. I'm on to problem, and then they said, LED or tonight at 2 forcing, and a great minister and soon declared intention, and Windows and so on, and for baby, the son of Emma made in men's school, no more to me hitting a sabon, and on person of the I see. That's so moving with you. I'm going with you. I'm going to answer a crime. For the past 1 month, a year of Coconam, your Kobabiani, a Kobabiania, you tremble, a Kofa, Kukum Kogo, so you draft a Pakaka, and a MP in Komo. Now, we should send the Cocoa farmers, Mr. Bull, you will Mukofa between medical Dian Quanta. Side home Cocoa farmers blew a few the week before. And it was yes, I could be more Mampon. Oh, could be Bianco for a year since Nana Cocoa farmers near Bomana, a year to call me Musukasino. So you and 24 hours, I'm going to go from a everything my poor years for the past Sam and the Musa, baby, I could be a cocoa for you. And you have pressure up a moon to me. I come from the source of Sad when I see. I'm telling them. But Nana, and then Ambassa go back to Umbeko Court and I say, Umbeko report to Keke. Oh, report, and then may I wear make us a crown. Abonya drew on a baban's woman and 9 o'clock. Okay. Yeah, course work at party force as national leadership. We will continue to be active and stand behind the party. You almost animate Bina, you because nobody should be intimidated. Nobody should have no problem. Baba Mando or exhibited courage, and I'm very, very happy for that young man. Me and my friend organizer, a great college near what a Girano, no a Tescom president or what did you the BPCC and lawyers are. And I admire his courage and man. And I'm who he was not disturbed. In fact, on one museum you could be pure, sir. He was not discouraged at all. He was I don't call him high spirit. I know more than I said, wait. It will not be intimidated. Not at Libyans, we, the leadership, we are firmly and strongly behind it. Young man in this phone, Kaya Kasabon say, Yamuda. All right, Nana, you better say, you bring to the BCS in yes, we have then I say, I use Asante Region. And Asante many months power. And so quantity. And may I, we Richina, the king Ankasa will do for whom. Sabe, I was what I said, maybe a walk free. The silver stool going to free from my pole. Now, what is many journalists? Every year, no. Journalists do at them. One before do at them. Hey, when to young conducting who hear me as so a one of us in now. some of us we are always for youth empowerment in the and we're happy at least. But all which many more say. Look, you're the pursuit of man.
Young Kwana pressure about who we are say, young Kwana pressure about who we are say. And Yabuba never be based to the phone some AI about. You need a martin, a didn't come to see the command. What they buy say if it's up a bus, short bus, ya vox ya being will be this is the value and the man who could trade 800,000 Ghana cedis. Will be through the containers at 40 container back. Your money to 80,000 Ghana cedis. All of a sudden, I dare buy last week, so Kunkutia 600,000. I don't know 80,000, less than 100,000 more. I feel this one could try 600,000 as brought by AI. Who appeal na AI na sa reject you. Who appeal that with the buyer. Enti e be hwe me no ka say ma me kan straight away. Me nua baba Amando. Ye nyina ye ba ye nua panyi papa ya damfo ye ofase na baba Amando MPP ni mapa. Judge bi de na tum enra. Enti a menya ne say what the cantonment police of a police station. But CCA say as a me peke HSA enkofo bi higher authority omo frefre say baby wadana why you too comfortable for him. It munyi ni free ho e fa nko baby from me modi but ma prepare boys be sell omunyi ni free say e fa nko lo mo no e was cells inside ho. We are monitoring. And what up a copa mu pa mu nko yi na bisa bonza mu nku no. Chesa Ghana baby abedru die kan ka bia ban ni wo so. Ubeti kwa charity wa bonten. But said the onwa kan ye no wa sha no hodin. Osi JB dan kwa boe de ye no he is nowhere near JB dan kwa bra bobo no man ni viase. It was no JB dan kwa boe ni say ya na wo no. Ya ba ko be fipacho emuache emuakwa ba bibia boko.
Onya metiase.
Books with the watch row with the biso abane. Okay. Na enra many the rule call. Court 9 circuit court 9. Eko share yini and sit now omo de e crime omo de faso. Na federal market we o kasai o no federal market leader of the mighty minority. O kasai na woni ba fowa but la ba fowa mpodie. Men nenam na udwane he had to flee the scene because that place na ba be a crime scene. Also ba fowa o won se musikie ya tete no. To kasai ho ti na wasi wo so se wan so be kan asem bi ama I implicate na se be just be indict the court to certain level wan so no wan conscience kwa ni nti no udwane ko say the came free ho boy honorable for the market I just have kasa fa court ho was the officer of the court but enrano wo kasa wo chief justice say o major records of proceedings na wo hwe bi na utimi hwe bi wi a wa hwe ya we better take a decision be on the second court judge. Yeah, yanko. Dear Kosu, I just take it.
Medasi. Ma menchia a tifo, mini kenny and human.
When you dear, you wouldn't that say, my shed back on I need so. But what dream? Now my honey French, you don't get here. Yeah, but what do the one to me if you move? What drew, you know? What saturation level? What do you call him?
Something minion into one crunchy.
Hey, you don't expect that better.
But that's why I say she don't get here. Your contest, I may beat you.
I said, get here. Some was the lowest in Honolulu. Yeah, no, I would need to try out and jump or pump one. Anyway,
yo, I don't pay my main charity for the Chidian Ponce say, when you could add a shade, sir. I'm a person why
so did the radio with signature.
Fools now.
We are not to be materials in the power.
Fools now. We're glad you have just a maconi a pump go on, man, my fat.
What the judge?
Now, Branty now, yet, yes, I owe me, Babu, Kumasi. Kwaku Outlook or Pamwot with a Bema pump.
You see, I said, no fools.
And I do war Zongole, the friend imam. Young guy, na dwuma obetimi aye no o de broni kura ba obedwane
omo pam e kama e dawo ho
o de bo mo pam se omo first line ti omo kwa omo ne ton mami na wa so ya
dem so ko yi ala wa pam mama omo ko yi material no ma pam mama
bi de okika de chesade no kura de apam dada
Dabio omuko benda boutique
ko
materials ni yi ya no ma be pama ma omo yade
imam
one day ya fa ba ko bra
me chia no ma me chia mo faase ba ko nso mo faase e minia na wusu na me yonko ba ko akwasi amankwa obia west ose kwadwo krum
ose mankwa Kristo so
me chia ajofia bebia onipa ko gina wose ode boho beba kokko mfumu ni ade no na menchia chama Isua Benjamin
chama Isua ne ho tezai
ne ho ye
betini ka chi
very good man
yeah
woni current chairman ni na mechia wo
my men so benchia first honorable kilo we former constituency organizer and former coordinator for Ponkata Manso my men chad pa is a fantastic man
and nyanya fanya nje
na sha na ade start
and mechia Dr. Mahmoud ba o me nya me de no code number
oba yen pa che
oba yin nhia
okay
we say emre bia na kwete so oba fofora ba kurase emema bi di ka ko nyina o motehwe
ya munya
nti wo tachiri na ko abo so ko ya ne dem Doctor ye chiao
so mo se dan ye pa babo
minia ensem no chese me hu se de me fi aka no ncha na di me try article bi me send him out I'll read it here
okay
ama manfo hu the exact picture of your mama na yitra anye ye nipa odi enso no emcha bronsam trimo nreche your mama wa bani waseniem the idiom of our time and as your mama ye bibi na ye wadwen say the war ye no we dey be katunu for da bi o wa bani was what be careful
on tefutu what dey tro
and anka de tie nso ne say en kamera ti se we se no o my bambo no hu hia ye nkese hia ye kese hwe se brekum Chelsea fu akobo ball ye ba security a enye nti da bia ni kwam ye be kum ayi
footballer
we
the Ghana the minti be that
what you say
when Mr. President Mahama bad wo opposition leader e ka say am robbery koso under the
one the wo hu ayi oba ye na ne doba sami jamfi na ye kokun no
nasi
okasa se pani
nasi
onyame nsama no se na David kai no manka kasa boni but enye wonye nipa o ye Ghanaian o ye anti Ghanaian ni sunu ne ba ne nye Ghana ni ayetete no ne papa eya na o ye John Mama papa so we study history ni ade a on tisa John Mama is a different person
na no free
baby your friend onim ebi so ade mrantia no wonum bidia yes sir it impairs your judgment
na baba kwa we said was risk ni no baba is more it
impairs your
human relationship far
baba nini
Ibrahim
oh na say Ibrahim there one on fefrin carry ana winim
as was a menuji but eventually no you are proving right
yes masa me no papa na ko school no anya de me na nam kire na de ntimi
papa de no abekwa ma free
na se o free me ho
tete e fe de gili
me and nyam o papa nickname crab na bo kire wo anyway ati for just by the way
bo fe just
so e be no he sadist and he takes interest se nipa kwa huchire mu a
na ni agi
yes when he's meeting say or perpetuating wickedness against humanity na nije that is typical of John Dramani
and he looks down upon people
yes say onu ankasa ni SSS no psychologists will tell you say onu ankasa no obi a wonni respect ema nipa obi a wonmu nipa no ne self esteem of form one of the secrets of the protecting home Saudi Uhudi now resilient level I was through now you will be a fan say cherish your esteem you respect every human being
yes
it one year dictator one year manipulators like your mama no you want to know what buying so what you say because emra you want year insecurity things are falling apart ya kobobola ba ya kokumbe kummi this year Emre ye mia minua baba kuma damfo pa nyanchen adepa pharmacy
wo se kokuni kunu
ne kunu na fedi e din nam se o e no no na ekune ho papa no responsible papa ade ba chi bia yakum nipa o mai mu And instead of being responsible, Uye papa nkwenimute. Nya uye nenye ntino. You think say ube isu this kind of a idea no na meboa. Nanra ye di abronya kwa anopa no me fra abronye. Eno so say me fra kwajo upon krom wi a senior I'll get back to you. But I'm of friend me na ye engaged. Then me fra baba Amando. Me fra no na ni phone adum na me fra eye ameya kire me honorable. And I'm say baba phone adum. Also, and right, Jino, and I'm saying there be the mate and yet. And was saying, I'll get back to you, maintaining can be. And you remember my bread, may coffee me take care of maintenance, said nothing. Say, how? This guy is harmless. Erica Jeffrey Bonoho, Sammy Janfi Bonoho, Omabato Yampia, Diatemi Mwadi. And Nam say, Yang, accommodating. Now, we didn't have anything to hide in Tino. They had their leeway. Eni pamie no musu free bono hono mu atokro na mu abronya ni baba Amando wo mo de yanwo mu nti mebo ana yanwo mu eno kroye na Kofi Juma tra America over 49 years wa bobra New Jersey former mayor na konta na seno no so ti ase Kofi Ghana nya na Kofi Ghana wa bobra na motima wura ni fie mo kwanso amamfa main gate o mini o ma fie na ti sei akos bubunet no a wo fie wo nyina enra me hu video na nyansa sembe na ekos areho krati sembe ni areho krati sembe ni areho na ya kachre Ghana fo eno de yebekwaso aka kachre sesa brunsam oba osani etutu firi no oba biewu ahonhom no doso do mama free set 2016 2 no Ghana ye bone etu obetua ya soka Penifos wo tua yen soka senia kontrofiko tua atrohi. What ya say? Wo tua yen soka senia kontrofiko tua atrohi. Wode makwachi seyani. En wo brim yen. En na wo ka chesi esu oba boyen. Ye to so adem from ebe kwa yiri ye to. O man be bi ewom no. And that is typical of this. Very wicked. Na yen security no air from no. Hwede wo koye. Ediba be kura na mrantie wo mu kan ya odi we mu wo mu Captain Taylor krati wo Captain Smart wati wo Sammy Jamfi wati wo Sam George ti wo Odoba wati wo okuje tabla kwati wo Akando ti wo these elements these materials wo mu krampo no you carry them no wonder Ghana's progress is retrogressing these elements empty-headed you will say one more cry carry them. Now you are more crampo. Look, one mama no or cafu cheubia. And no 2012, 2016. And so when say yan would dear, add their own kai tobra. One kai Captain Koda. One kai Abua Papon. One kai Kene Japan. One kai Abuabia Samoa. One kai Tijani. And many more on kai your munina. One kai Omari Wadi. Yet your munina. One kai Fadi Dabusi. Under John Dramani Mama. Na kodru babia de wi amo ye Europe na Japan na President Kufuor eko bie na no kan sakoko na ati abankumba nkrase kasa pani e wanyina duru sei enso ka che President Kufuor enso was fine ye we are one of the greatest beneficiaries of President Kufuor woni unu anyina wan toana mama mfanya nsan kasa pani me ferifo o kasa tra was fine ye o kasa tra ya di bulldozer ene bekuno the bulldozer. Enti obi a wo no sha boni adiade eni adiade no. Ene look, let me quote something from here. Na quote in Snubedoso. When you mekrata no ba kon indispensable philosophical quote for strategic political management and leadership. When you page 54.158. Or say bad politicians are often the authors of their own disgrace. For in their reckless quest to destroy others, they unwittingly write their own judgment. In making their opponents appear filthy, they expose the filth within their own souls. Unmeasured, unkind, and unwise. They hang their own dirty linings for the world to see, thinking they are whitening their garment, forgetting that the stench of cruelty clings to all who wield it. They forget that to err is human, and in denying this truth to others, they condemn themselves to the same ruthless standard tomorrow. They are no more you know. Say ya just say be and then because your party social Kufuado anim, Osha Kufu anim, Kwame Ado Kufu anim, Hackman anim, Makekwe monim, Odoi sites nom, any penny for any bikwa. One munye perform, like I say, one more embody me a Miss Muko Kabi. And timpani for the standard in Massa Yastobono. Ya stubborn pa na emo no hwe mfo no a aduane a wa metno ma me jaso ya na echi eni ntino ya hwa imagine say metie maka ne ma nye pa na bia ye say yakufu ado frew na ya kase me mento kufu wo frew na de kra fra kobepo no so enti edu ba bia checks wo ho na nti sa dia wo mun krofo nkrase dia wo mun no mo ye no masa ena ya tie asidwom o ti ase imagine somebody can say ngunu na ba o mia frame say me no kumabra how will I even conduct myself before because you want to ye ena manyo sema ye ne kasa de ebeka ba MPP ye kasa ni nyan ya gini se sen ye ba o man benya ho mfaso o man ya yet me di free SHS aba ko kan ye betuma ya o se pad ni crash sem na Ghana for asum na de wadani goalkeeper and watoto pad atokoso pad we de oye chief Akufuado and the cast wa de pad be ba ko be di cast one district one factory na da na Akufuado one district send be a pad entaye de na wo so sika koto aguo common sense should tell is your mama se wunu apani wo fa Akufuado etmi nyansa so ye one district e was send cut me ram na nka seska no o first I would 290 million. Second I 290 million. Meanwhile, 24-hour economy. You promise Sikam budget $4 billion. And so as it stands now, Sikam would have to me 110 million. And so 110 pad. Edu baby crowd ya wo sebo wa manifesto no mu se mo be si adwaye o school bia ese se be 350 as say wo be si adwaye let me go school bia wo school bia mu the man bu yensa ne akohonom na wo mu akohonom na wo ma akoye yi akohuru yensa bossa di akwa wo se bi pa I'll look for it e wo ha wo mu manifesto no oh o say nka du kura mpo de nkaye se mi po de akere ni Bidasi. But Messama Basso. Ninia, maybe I could no. Ye kum nipa. Bonia wood ye two no nianum yag or mine gold. Nana Kufuado buy ya Anglo gold ye no go. Etinanko or legitimate ye say, and your men tongue. But what drink her kind tino, was it the bienye? Near Chichra one ye jano. Entinana said to a bedia dance, yes, I drew baby near to the cap require and talk. Yeah, what down Roma. Now they want banana man, one more dear, at least no na aso. So I say, ye renew my more cement pen, Madiama Minia. Me and son. And Adiamaunia. Now one now dear China, you crassy dear, and I don't mamma de binia. What maninia, Kotobi? Kotobi. Automanianum. Now ya or Tomanianum. What did the fuck one was Fabu Kumadi? Now they play ya Ibrahim. What did it do? Nadia can be baby. Your mama dear. I'm telling you. And I said, President Hama can't say. And the quote say you won't say. Because don't catch a Kufuado. What the Gabi? And I would be dear to and would do for Riata. Because I not saw ya cockran to a moy. And there Kufuado Kayano. So Minyan San Ocean de Nucre. And penny 4 million Drusano. When you have the administration, research shows are corrupt. Yeah. As compared to young guys. And it's so manifesting. And your Cabrane, at me a cofa or is a quansusua. 90 billion. Now, Kokra was doing her kind of obey Sadian. Your mamma never must have come here. Once she sack criminals won't go to Baba Mando now coaching at him. When you may ho. What you say? My men kind another a year financial. One yard one more straight from Papa. So, Yana almost straight. That almost a vampires and penny for a dear and so on. We can't disappoint Baumia. Our near maybe Casabia, it has an indecent yentimi. Now, can no by ye papa. Okay, Abraham, you shall know, and an idea about for equity, be a means. I can say, you know, yes, was say all too often when we see injustices. Both great and small, we think that's terrible, but we do nothing. We say nothing.
We let other people fight their own battles. We remain silent because silence is easier. And also silence gives consent. When you say nothing, when you do nothing, we are consenting to these trespasses against us. Okay, it's way a year. Roseanne Gay, bad feminist, or the quotation, and I will know what the buyer. You do be see something, say something. Yes, young class of
yeah. Was it where to me cut a name? 0.3756. When lies become the currency of power and propaganda overshadows truth, a nation does not merely lose its way, it begins to decay from within. Ethical communication, once the lifeblood of democracy, is poisoned by deception, eroding trust between leaders and the people. A society that normalizes falsehood for political gain may win temporary battles, but it sacrifices its moral foundation in the process. Without truth, governance becomes manipulation. And exactly that is what's happening. The more you no correct, it is manipulating crop. Young King Casabuan share. But down Kwabuzia Dombu tradition, one of the distinct traits of young tradition is a young Kanipaka Sabuan share. Young Kanipaka Sabuan share. So here. Without truth, governance becomes manipulation. More bokron into your car. Leadership turns into coercion. Leadership turns into coercion. And public discourse descends into chaos. But history teaches us a sobering lesson. No matter how deeply truth is buried, it never remains hidden forever. And when it rises, as it always does, it will expose and dismantle those who built their power on deceit, leaving them to be remembered not as visionaries, but as the architects of their own downfall. Me translate. Maka politics, any communication, any philosophy, any religion, aboom.
Now the fingers are changing.
Oh, common sense, say the actually. Say to me, what you know, young Fako Kroko near me. So the contemporary Nabrabasi Fapimoa. And when you know, dear, Ubenya de Ope. But the chain is so better, Nebu, and exactly that is what is happening to your mama. A body Sanua, now Pesodi Kuku, dear mim. Oh, can't go for Casabuacho, yem. Now let me go to the Anope Mitre. I'm sorry, dear, no, Meboa.
Yes. Yatwaso. I was for a higher movement television. Mene Yadma Kubefi and na Eddie and Kobono say,
yes.
Okay, no problem, no problem.
What say? Mankind. At your phone, tell you, Messa Matrim. Power that hides behind virtue is not strength. It is a corrosion in slow motion. History has never been kind to leaders who confuse deception for strategy and suggestion and repression for control. Their rise often feels swift, even unstoppable, but their fall is always heavier than their ascent. Was it to me, Biano, a whoop? Wouldn't contemporary Nabraba. Now Kiku and Massy Trenya, some person at your mamma see ye drew baby Yawo Sunia, the Adenia. What you been at your penny money mood ye? Nancy Saviano to a daddy. It reinforces Jeremiah 17:11. Or senior open when yan and train a consono. What is Saku Cohidio Butum Kosia, anyone the 2 years so. Obebudi Namufa, a Japan, Eviano, Obedia, Okasia. Yeah. And clearly, this is what he says. It is about 2 instances. Idi Amin and Adolf Hitler.
Okay.
Consider the tragic arc of Adolf Hitler. He rose not merely through force, but through a careful crafted image. Or Chasiano. To say your mama pepe. Or can't someone fight? Ahunjuania diade.
It's written in Hojo.
Yes. Obwa. He rose not merely through force, but through a carefully crafted image. Speaking the language of national pride, restoration and unity. Yet, beneath that rhetoric lives brutality, intolerance, and calculated manipulation. Adolf Hitler, Subayani, your mama. Modern day Adolf Hitler. no akodi
no adada
no adada jodi abedro no jodi abedro no
they nurses for
nasa nurses for no nya e manifesto mu ebre wo mai beko mama traso o say intolerance and calculated manipulation when dissent grew he did not correct cause he crashed it baba amadu bekasa abronye bekasa adumako befi bekasa kofu oposu bekasa enitim bekayase. Is that the point? Nasa John Mama ne nkofo ni munyansa abranti afen wasi so ane papa hwe no mo ache na to ma ne papa wu mo kum kofo wu papa mo nim nyansa mo nwene ene wo mo nya ready because anwa mo kra yo mo yen emwa wo mo what you say because ugly announcement welcomes ugly frown say ya bana you agin obedience and phone dia and ya wo mo na wo din da so I said your mama person will bad thing because once you know you are an epitome of those things.
My brand was a bit my baba me said we were calling me timber punching or yare it come on me call it a memory I would do for a party was a member memory or bias bobby create a scene I'm a gonna be to see a chico for so gas manager.
Yes,
papa yeah
was it when the sun grew he did not correct the cause he crashed it. Silencing voices, bending institutions, and weaponizing the justice system. What you say? For a time, it appeared effective, but the very machinery of suppression he built became the furnace that consumed him, ending not in triumph, but in ruin, disgrace, and inevitable devastation. Shasia no munchiritum yamuru yankumwe adafetle wo ekosi sei na so lasting your mama mompa essence mura odi kire Ghana no its effect e be lasting the negative on na busia
na idia media ne
meba
okay
ewa or reflect on Robert Mugabe once celebrated as a liberator. He gradually wrapped authoritarian control in the cloth of patriotism. Critics were branded enemies, freedoms narrowed, and institutions weakened under the weight of personal power. The early Afros turned into silent fear and eventually into economic collapse and political isolation. His legacy, once radiant, became a cautionary tale of how quickly honor decays when power abandons humility. These are not merely historical episodes. They are philosophical warnings etched in human experience. When a leader senses exposure and responds not with introspection but with repression, arrest instead of answers, intimidation instead of integrity, control instead of correction, they accelerate their own undoing. The abuse of human rights is not a shield. It is a confession of weakness. The suffocation of free speech is not stability. It is the silence before a storm. Here, then, is the enduring philosophical truth. You are reflecting the mass. When wickedness learns to speak the language of virtue, it becomes the most dangerous force in society.
Okay.
I take it back. I say the most dangerous poison. Any poisoner, it tastes tasty sugar. And that is typical of your mama.
Never see Uncle trade for.
Yeah, Germano.
Eric,
but Bibian will be free. Member trade is with my mother. President Kwame Nkrumah, he started so well. Then I'm slow when you Catholic ni. A country baby a power code the trimono. A dian waya the Deportation Act. Deportation Act. And penifom yenu ye jiwamo. Adia go manom ofri kofodia yesiadi repatriate na Africa Kumasi Amadu Babanom ene ye pam wo munyina enu kura de na yi ukofa Prevention Detention Act Dr. Dankwa mo do baaye Dr. Dankwa unya daje na kenkai papa no a in fact ya nya de when you were in power ya celebrate Dr. Dankwa
anyway but Eric Fa you know my send you let me see fatus ba na me fa open discussion on AI no cement for adequate baby na
And they say near Yaka.
But Sawasaka, Fatus Ramsey, and I mention or here for cement or abroad the air to Mame MB will say cement, a chamber of cement manufacturers, Ghana, or Mokata, or Mode Ababontini, signed by Dr. George Dawson Amwa, PhD, as was a bishop, was saying the Honorable Minister of Trade petition for urgent review of increased FOB values on cement raw materials. Was he right on behalf of the Chamber of Cement Manufacturers Ghana to respectfully draw your attention to the recent significant increases in the free on borders FOB values applied to key raw materials used pressures on manufacturers. For instance, clinker, clinker has increased from $40 USD, okay, $40 to 136 USD. It has increased from $40 to $136 per metric ton, while granulated finish slag has risen from $3 to $40 per metric ton. Such increases appear inconsistent with prevailing global market trends and threaten the competitiveness of the local cement industry. The implications are twofold. Here are the twofold implications. We're saying higher production costs due to increased duties and taxes, and then two, rising cement prices, which will negatively impact construction, housing, and infrastructure development. And now, what can I talk to us? It is FOB no a free by about free $40 to $136 per metric ton. We a year cement Chamber of Cement Manufacturers Ghana and no matter petition and I come trade minister. Yeah, we go fast.
All right. So the decay. The American as a Jomama so be see a dry diama school piano. It will NDC manifesto 2024.5.3.3.5 or honor. What they are not at 10 years, a Jenny 4 years, a tear for the American. This is NDC's manifesto. Me chant roda, and no one me go to the free. Now, the 10 years, so a year, a Jenny 4 years, and on economics, no many are the intino. Now, who professors maybe or money a young word when I'm the Abekanka, you know. Natia, a year page, a year, just a moment. Fashion. Now, even go to Nafi, main chassis in free of honor. So,
okay, it's no, yeah, it is a lot of Trina Dawson. Now, quotations no could to Bofon Quano, Amena Betria, Ayana and Kofo and Tiasi. Aha, it's no,
the crowd you're making, you know, let's up in the version. Aha, yeah, move face camera anymore. Thank you. What's it? Osha a year, what's it? You rationalize duties and charges to ease the cost of doing business. And this manifesto 2024 page 30.2.2.3. And to restore prudent management of cocoa board, to revive the cocoa sector, page 41.3.1.2.2. And then many more Mr. Dynamic misery. And the cocoa board no Wakuguyo. Niambra Jadifo the so. Okayama Jadifo the Oka say you reduce VAT.
Yes.
But many people you know do finance and do Bank of Ghana no. Esiama record will be any. He was standing trial. Banks a good Esiama. Na to be quite you the bank if ye. At 240 was standing trial. Even there were cases via and among fans said auntie when he was the deputy. Or baby on Koye deal as he can send Binian what to do me. This are 240 we are talking about.
Yes.
And I won't say issue. And teacher said, I would do 4 pounds what come boom. To be quite you the bank if ye.
Okay.
MPP 2 on mono. And internet do baby a caneno na yeni uforiata and penifoni be cani adiadeno. You must identify your constituencies. Yeah, did it a judge for or mind to call you because private sector. It's your judge for tana. Send MPP Nyakranwa. Is it Clinton? eze Canada moa kasa kura no mo de bemma wo no na wakoma to yem ene de no kwatena yiwo yeso muadie ade ba kwa pipi anya de nse e ba ye yen customs empanimfo a egu habo no yen fi wo mo enkrofo e ba ye yen ye promote wo mo nkrofo but wo mo ba ye nkrofo no o ma juo mo nyina fi honom on transport to akura biem pataba o mi akika ma fu na kama dampan si e ba bie wu a yesre yesye woni pa e ba nwoma yesua che wo mo mi ankai mi yaji antungu ya funu tungu da se san kofo ndisi fo na da de onu kwa kan kusi ajabi hui san wonu wo honom no ndisi ni a promote no so ti ase enti abusua de enema ekoso no adwadifo de Dr. Bawumia kan sasem se ba ye be ma flat yi ana
okay
wanka
ka se e be pegin to e first
adwadifo mo ante Dr. Bawumia kodru baby as typical of him, so gentle, nice. Na adwadifo nwa metie nti da wodom nti okoka sa GRE for nyema mo ye mo adwadifo ye di na tem na adwadifo na osanka moto abama no montin was original ye obi ka bi ma Bawumia
David
Bawumia stood near waban mu na nso democracy yan yete ase cha abrofo de ba yi nti no na GRE for kan se wunu kire vice president ye ntimi anka hwe na da nye time ye kofa Adam Paribai regional minister Henry Kote yes 1-2 kai be ye di bebom deputy chief of staff asenso mete yese mini Adam Parima Jenika anajo na me friend am so the great ampa o si ya meti taxi
ampa
oh yes
and the manti
oh asenso airport wa
no minister no
oh ye minister no ye create ne me bia say democracy no but perception so steady perception our politics mami ni friend agro eba sa no it embolden the citizenry ebo mu so one people for cromani nya den
ampa
it embolden them and the expose you ho dan pare kutelo bi ono ye regional security commander no ye Henkote no dan pare si won tu ne kan free ho
na wanya den wala nwa begu ho
na and ye try na ye fe o ye ti democracy ase any member ho na ye self inflicted. They are self-inflicted. We exposed our ministers. Now, Papaya Okolusi Wakadei, you have finished former MP. They are Chenoka
Ofoswa Samoa.
And you Ofoswa Samoa. Ofosu de so no Wakovi. You are no Ofoswa Samoa a court 3 a year no buy. Oh, yes. Or no coy or call 1 time. And Namasebo say Wunti.
Yacheno.
You can say, do you know me?
Westland.
You go, Papa, and must say, Tam.
Gimpa bypass.
On fancy come why Yemra power. You better ye, you intimate defend said people. Better won't lose you. So, yes, you're good and massy. And Yaba beyond Messiah, Mummy and Yatin come through. Near Fagana, the mindset, the psyche of the people. And you bet me the Manatra. And never be a Juma Yako could break. Si enya ho hye so kakra yenya odo kakra de maye ho e na anko ye se 2 million ye di amaye de ya enke mema sanko fuwe amambo fuwe enipa nyamesuni wo mumui ombeba ena jadifo tese areho na akaka dollar ba fom okoka dollar ba fom
inflation dollar ba fom inflation ba fom yet import duty cost skyrocketing
na no mi nua pa ba ko a mene no wokuma se na nyame abo a ban ba wanya ba bia fo she na mene no koshia ezi UTV na branche na dollar menya adaje ma ne ka se wie ya na so no wonder because you people know you always maximize negatives and you minimize positives. Nobody is against macroeconomic stability, but it should reflect our micro. Enti enkwaya da na ye den me papa ye bofo da bia so udi nkwanya ye nkwanhuru na papa no wo e no okumabo ana so kokoton yansa wo that is what you are saying. Maybe ye jadi ni ba akosha inform aba na mtie enti wo ka jadi ni a na waka me enti me nyadaje tie wo nsam sam wo kumase sam wo nkran me wa takrade me wa Cape Coast the first place a medical jadi for wo assistant to say
me ko
and the man ya jen said the tragedy for man this ku omo no say e man the doso be ma djuma gu a won twin fa pan siniti e ye man the sora homachen etu ka jadi for anu aka yen ɛnɛ kokofoɔ a Ghana yɛsebɔfoɔ watu ama ne kokofoɔ ayɛ sei kyɛ sɛ me nua woka awerɛho na John Mahama asɛm ɔkae moma no werɛ mfie o ɔse Nana Akufo-Addo sɛ ɛbɛduru election a ɛna ɔfa nipa adwuma meanwhile no wɔyɛ obi a ɔyɛ historian a wɔn study history yie at least first degree in history the culture because Nana Akufo-Addo ba 2017 enipa 2012 2016 yɛn fa ɔmo nyina wɔantwɛn election yɛ amebo ana but na samro de ntira Gordon woyɛ medansi ne meka ne sɛ efiri na ekwesa John Mahama yɛ biribiara no a is it because yɛ yɛabɛn election ntira na enti koko akuafoɔ no ananum asɛm a ɔka no sɛ next year wɔtum a ɛyɛ election ni ntira ananya saa de teɛ ɛyɛ teachers ɛne nurses so ɔyɛ na gye so ɔfa mo a ɛyɛ election ntira because ɔno ani formula ɔnyini wɔ kasa mu. It's an apology to communication.
Medase.
Na niema wo ade usura chire.
Aye, fa yimi so hwan.
Enti yanke kam kwa
o da bi time nta. Your time nta.
Na say fe kwan makasa be 5 minutes.
Oda bola tofa ni.
Ansem no mo ya.
Ai bontofa.
Nyame nhwe ye nua no so. Ma me fa sia na nhwe na manu atra.
Sa pepepe.